I will say this old 57 Chevy still has some amazing sounding photo preamps. So if you play records, not just control vinyl like these, but actual records, them old Rain preamps, man, they sound good on the phono. That being said, and I am going to be playing more phono sets, which is why I had the old 57 Chevy out. But this thing, the phono preamps don't sound so bad. They're not too bad. And another thing is, if you are a hamster scratching DJ like myself, when you scratch, I switch to hamster for certain things. And if I switch to hamster, sometimes I'll forget that it's in hamster, and then I'll put the crossfader on the wrong side, and it'll turn the music off, and you're like, oh, shit, the music's off, and you turn it back on, flip the hamster switch, and then bring it back. Or you can be like Z-Trip and my homie Epic, where their shit is on hamster the entire time. That confuses me even more personally. So I'm the guy that's switching hamster on and off throughout the night, and sometimes I forget. The thing about the S11 hamster switch that's dope is that when you have the switch on, it actually switches the cue as well. So that's a good reminder. It actually reminded me a few times that I had the hamster switch on, and I was able to switch it over and bring the crossfade over to the right side without making an ass out of myself, which I'm very good at. And lastly, the thing that I really am going to miss about the S11 is when you combine the Record Box DJ Performance Mode pad effects with the hardware effects on the S11, you can actually do this crazy stacking of effects that are really useful in the mix. What I'll do, for an example, is I will set, say, a whole note delay on the pad effects for Record Box. So when I'm playing the song, I press just one button and it'll delay out in a whole note. And then as I'm delaying it out in a whole note, since it's not post fader with the software effects, it actually works to your advantage. People are always saying like, oh, post fader is the way. But actually in this situation, having a layer of effects that is pre-fader and a layer of effects that is post fader, I was able to do the whole note delay and then use the filter knob on the S11 to like low pass the delay as it's delaying. And so you're creating what's, like a delay and a high pass or low pass filter in one stacked effect. And it applies as the delay happens. You can keep filtering it out. And that's a really, really cool sound. And it was really fun to mix that way. Definitely going to miss that about the S11. All right. The thing that I don't like about it is that the S11 is designed to be a DVS mixer. It's designed normally for DJs that are going to be using it like this, an 11-inch mixer with turntables. And there's a couple of things that have become kind of clutch when it comes to DVS performance. And although mappable, someone's going to say, but mappable, but MIDI mappable. I understand. It is mappable, and some of these features are on the screen exclusively. But it would be nice if a DVS mixer had a couple of functions that are already on the XP1. Namely, the internal button, so that we can quickly press internal and then press it again to go from internal mode to relative mode, so that we can pick the needle up, bring the record back, clean the needles, things like that. All that stuff that you do when we switch to internal mode on the fly of things. And another thing that was missing, and I know that's mappable. Another thing that was missing on the S11 is this button here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Is the silent cue button. Now, silent cue was available exclusively in the screen menus under the MIDI B and on the S11, and it's not a mappable feature in Serato or Record Box, as far as I know. I know it's not in Record Box. And so I had to leave the screen on MIDI B the whole time in order to use the silent cue feature. And I use silent cue so much, specifically with DVS and turntables, that it became kind of annoying. So yeah, the silent cue button and the internal buttons would be clutch on the S11. One more shout out to Arvin. Appreciate you sponsoring this mixer. Let me take it for a test drive. S11, DJM S11, SE no less, with the racing stripes. That means it's faster, I think. Anybody who's considering buying this I would say yes. And if Pioneer DJ wants to give me one, I would say absolutely. Big up, y'all. Appreciate you watching. This is called DJs Not DJing, if you're not aware. And what it is basically what it sounds like, a bunch of DJs not DJing. We talk shop, we talk and we have a good laugh. And today is going to be extra special because DJs love doing this. What we're going to do is we're going to rank or grade or whatever you want to call it, our favorite DJ brands. Now, there's two things I want to preface. One, I'm absolutely certain I forgot somebody's favorite DJ brand. Like, there's no way, right? And just because of the fact that I wanted to keep it to a specific amount, I wanted to keep it like under 25 things. Because if you think about it, if we spend 3 or 4 minutes on each thing, it's going to be a long ass show. And so I'm thinking, keeping it under 25 is a good idea. And so I'm probably going to forget some brands. And if I did, we can do a part 2 of this some other time, and that's great. But I feel like I covered a lot of bases here for the DJs in the club and the mobile side of things. If you're into like big PA type stuff, then there's probably less stuff for you in this list of stuff. So if you're like looking for the Void sound system or the Tonka or the Function One or, things like that. I said Tonka. It's not even a thing anymore. That's such a 90s rave term. As a independent Los Angeles sound company called Tonka Sound, and they painted the speakers to look like Tonka trucks, and it just came to my brain. Today we're going to be grading our DJ brands. I have this handy dandy chart. Make sure I got it up and ready to go here. Check this out, y'all. So the way it's going to work is we have S tier, which I don't know if there's going to be 1 or 2 at the most that make S tier. Then we've got the A, B, C, D, and then all the way down here, ice cold at F. So we've got all these brands. I've got about 25 brands here. And we're going to go through them. And what I'm going to do is if the chat, we're going to go by chat replies and Zoom responses. Okay. And if it's not clear, like if the chat isn't like unanimously saying the same thing, then we're going to take it to a poll and we're going to run a vote for 1 minute, 2 minutes, something like that. A quick poll for those who want to participate. And we're going to end up with tonight's tier list of DJ brands. And I'm going to post this on YouTube later for y'all to check out. And it's going to cause a lot of debate. People are going to get upset. People are going to be fighting for their squad. And it's going to be a good time. This is a good one. Newmark. What do you guys think of Newmark? We were already bagging on Newmark earlier today. C-, C+, B-. Next brand. Oh, this might cause some controversy. Allen and Heath. Those who are into Allen and Heath are going to start throwing S's into the fucking chat right now. Here it comes. Gemini gets the big D. Gemini gets the big D. Sorry, Gemini fans. Ortofon. I love my Ortofon needles. You guys can fight me on this one. I'm going to go S tier. Ortofon.
I'm rocking some right now on my decks.
I think Virtual DJ gets a bum rap. And I think that Virtual DJ's biggest problem, Virtual DJ's biggest problem is that they decided to name their software Virtual DJ. All praises due to Virtual DJ. Your name sucks. You're getting a C tier. That's where I'm putting you. Let's continue on with this conversation then, since we're in the DVS realm. And let's go straight to Serato. I already see Bun Serato in the chat, which is hilarious.
Bun Serato.
That's
hilarious.
I'm going to give Serato, in all of its glory, I'm going to give it an A. That's where I'm going to put it. Because as far as an impactful brand and what they've done for DJ culture, it's undeniable. Starting from the bottom, this is what we ended up with. Coming in with F is alto. Alto, alto, apparently. We all hate alto. Coming in with the D, Hercules and Gemini. C, mostly C's. C's right in the middle. It makes sense. Stanton, Magma, Newmark, Gator, Mackie, Virtual DJ, JBL, Reloop, Phase, Akai, Ariba Cases, Alesis, Ape Labs, Crane Stands, and M Audio. All with the C rating. B rating, American DJ, Native Instruments, Shure, Chauvet, Roland, Algorithm. Look at Algorithm with a B. KRK and V Moda. Much love to Algorithm. Algorithm's happy with that one. Look at Algorithm. Algorithm's like watching that right now, like hell yeah. Sometime on YouTube, like 10 years from now. A rating: Allen and Heath, Odyssey, Serato DJ Pro, QSC, Innofader, EV, Electro Voice, Rock and Roller, Sennheiser, Ultimate Stands, and Denon DJ. All with an A rating. Check. Oh, we're coming in a little hot. Let me fix that. Yo, what's happening, y'all? Sound check crew. Let me know. Early arrivals. Say something in the chat. Let me know you can hear the words that are coming out of this microphone, out of your speakers, out of your headphones, whatever it is when you do what you do. It sounds good, says K-Dub. Thank you. There we go. We're up and running. Coupon, what's up, man? My favorite and least favorite Guilty Gear Strive player. We've been labbing hard in the last couple of weeks, trying to learn each other's characters in this fighting game called Guilty Gear, and it's been a good time, but he's absolutely kicking my ass. So it's a love-hate relationship, I guess. Big up Coupon, big up Deadless. Hope you're doing well, Deadless. Getting ready for that move over to the west coast of Canada. Big up, man. Hope you're doing well. Jesse, what's up? Appreciate you being here. Says sounds good. Thank you. An Englishman in Boston. How are you doing? It's good to see you back. Stitchy, what's up, man? Hosted and locked, he says. Big up. Big up Nikki Painter. Hi, Nikki. How you doing? She says hi, Billy. That's what's up. K-Dub is in here. Deadless is in here. I appreciate y'all. Darth Liquid is in here. I caught one of your streams. I was lurking. Well, it couldn't have been more than 2 days ago. Time is all jarbled right now. I'm such a busy person. But I did recently catch one of your streams, and I really enjoyed it. I was getting some housework done to the one like Darth Liquid, drum and bass and folding laundry.
He was doing, I thoroughly enjoy his stuff. Totally.
What you got going on over there, Fair? How are you doing?
Me? I'm good. I'm chilling, man. Chilling.
What's that number again up in the upper left-hand corner of your screen?
We are, let's see, where is it? let's see. 18 days, 18 hours, 41 minutes, and 48 seconds.
Oh.
Away from your trip out here to the East Coast.
Oh, sweet romance. I can't wait. It's been a
exclamation point bromance in the chat.
Right. Over a year in the making. Fader and I have gone from complete strangers to somebody that I talk to on a regular basis, basically every day.
Yeah.
And
except when he's pooping.
I won't answer the phone when I'm pooping. No, I'll send you a text.
Yeah.
I'll send you a long text.
Yeah.
A well thought out text with grammar corrected.
Tons of ideas, like bullet points of like, hey, what if we did this and like all this other
properly paragraphed. Like
right,
it's all like it's good. The formatting is on point. But I won't answer the phone. That microphones are good. You'll hear the log drop, bro. I got that 12. I got that 12 Pro or whatever the fuck it is. Oh, top shelf conversations here on the 916 Junglist channel. If you're just tuning in,
still not above poop jokes.
dude. If you're just tuning in, we do talk about more than poop, but poop is very important. We should all be pooping. If you're not pooping, you should be pooping. No, but we do talk about DJ related stuff. This show, man, what's a unique way to describe this show that I haven't said already? This show is the reason why the 916 Junglist channel has not been approved for a partner.
No, I think we've said that before. Yeah, we totally said that. This is the sole reason why there's not a purple check mark next to the 916 Junglist channel.
And I don't care.
Right.
I really don't care. Because honestly, like, it wouldn't be honest. It wouldn't be honest if I didn't have this portion of like the whole picture of things on this channel. It's all, you know, I said it before, it's by design, right?
Right. It's a big part of who you are and
right.
we are as like, you know, collective people.
This is who we be.
Yeah, we're nerds. That's
all right. Let's go, man. And I love this platform to be able to do something like this. It's great.
For sure.
Haters gonna hate. It's not really haters. It's more of like, this is a very specific audience, Doctor. Like amongst, like, you know, think about it. You know, I mean, y'all are watching. You tell me what the hell. Why the hell are you watching right now? Fridays and Saturdays, I can understand it being more entertaining. If anybody caught last Saturday's stream, we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. That was a fucking lot of fun. We were. Hold on, I lost my ears. Hang on. I can't hear anybody.
Hello? Billy? Come back. Billy, come back. Put your fucking headphones on. I'm not a singer, by the way. That's
I lost my ears. Hang on.
Captain Obvious to everyone right now.
My ears are back.
Oh, hey.
I can hear Fader talking about me now.
Alright, good.
All right.
I sang to you, actually.
So you
in
sang?
The tune of Players, Baby Come Back. I said, Billy, come back.
Coupon is here for the poop talk. That's
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Why not?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're gonna be going over this past Saturday's stream.
Yeah.
Last week I was on my high horse about this mobile stream solution that I really liked. Mm-hmm. And after this past Saturday, I have more experience and understand clearly what I'm looking for now, more so than before. So there's been some updates.
From hindsight.
Yeah, exactly. And there's been some changes, and we're going to talk about that. And I want to talk about the event too in detail because that was a lot of fun. That was our second time doing a stream IRL, and the first time doing it with a completely mobile rig, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to talk about NDI 5. Briefly, we're going to talk about NDI 5 being released finally, and what that entails as people start developing for NDI 5 and Bridge.
And what it means for all of us.
Right. Nikki, I see you in the green room. One sec. And then we could talk about Elgato's new stuff. I really like that new webcam. That's really cool looking. And we're going to talk about some new stream gear that has arrived thanks to the support from all of you. More upgrades to the channel. We're constantly trying to improve things thanks to your support. You're letting me know that you like this channel and you want to see it improve and see it get better. So I feel the obligation, and also it's my pleasure, to continually reinvest into this channel and make sure you know that we're always trying to improve things here. So new stream gear has arrived thanks to your support. Thank you very much. And
I'm being fucking mained right now. I'm not even saying anything. It's like fucking making me feel awkward as shit. I'm like, I'm not talking. You're talking. Why am I being focused?
Oh, you're on the lead. Oh, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know why. Hold on, let me get this real quick. Okay. Why am I in the lead? All right. And and then so thank you, y'all. I appreciate you. And then also the first thing I want to talk about, and this is just really simple, because a lot of people actually their first time that they've ever seen like this show at all was when I went on an hour and a half rant regarding the Twitch DMCA policy here on Twitch, and that video, it continues to get views over on YouTube, which is awesome. And my opinion hasn't changed. Could be another reason why we're not partnered on Twitch. But the DMCA policy, according to Twitch, was rewritten slightly in the past couple of weeks, and everything is still the same basically, where it's a 3 strikes you're out situation, right? But the new thing that they added in was that the strikes may or may not be permanent based on what was the cause or the issue.
The transgression.
Right. And so the 3 strikes is a representative of you being classified as a repeat offender. So if you get a strike and then a period of time passes and then you get another strike, that might still be strike 1. Continuing with the baseball analogy, I guess that means you get a new at bat. I don't know what theoretically that's what's going on. So, and I think this is in response to people that were being critical on Twitter about Twitch being inconsistent of how they're applying their ban policy based on people being banned for this or being banned for that, and how long they were being banned, or if they're even allowed back on the site at all.
Yeah,
and so
it's fair. Like it's incredibly accurate
to hold them accountable for that, especially if they're if Twitch is trying to maintain this like transparent position, right?
Right.
And so now they've like changed the language a little bit, saying, okay, well now there's a variance in these strikes. The strikes aren't permanent. It is 3 strikes you're out, but 3 strikes is more pointing towards we see you as a repeat offender.
Right.
And
I guarantee it's going to be about what it's about too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, me playing Wham! Wake Me Up Before You Go Go is not going to be treated with the same levity as if Dark Liquid, no offense, goes and streams full screen Fast and Furious 10 on for his people to watch.
I would like to point out too, in the last year of us continuing to just kind of like ride the wave of all of this on Twitch.
Yeah.
Not a single DJ has received a strike, to my knowledge. There's maybe been muting. I'm sure there's been muting going on, and there's been, you know what I mean. And I'm certain that if you were putting your VODs on YouTube, there was various reactions from the content ID on that system, either getting demonetized or them actually pulling your video off from being viewable. It's just they just make it so that it's not viewable publicly. And so I don't know anybody who's received anything like that from Twitch, let alone a copyright strike.
I know.
As far as DJs go.
Yes. I know one channel that was banned.
Okay.
It was a DJ channel, but then again, this is where I'm going with this. This thing was playing full-screened music videos,
so that's a different story.
Had movie copywritten things and that stuff in it.
Right. That's a whole different story.
Which is what I'm saying is the different thing we're talking about.
You think the music industry doesn't play? The motion picture industry absolutely does not fucking play with their IP. Right. And so and YouTube will take your shit down for that. Their content ID reacts to that too. When we had our DJ battle, which is amazing, by the way, I love our DJ battles. E-Rock, big up E-Rock. I haven't seen E-Rock here in a couple of weeks. I hope E-Rock is doing well. I actually spoke to him on Discord earlier today. He says he's doing good, just busy at work. Big up E-Rock, big up the Text Flex, and shouts out to E-Rock. Somebody can shout out DJ E-Rock in the chat. That'd be awesome. I forget his username, and
I got it.
You got it. Good. E-Rock, shit, what was I talking about? I already lost my train of thought trying to shout out
The
E-Rock.
difference, I was saying like the difference between DJ channel and a video channel.
Okay, yeah, so E-Rock poor E-Rock, he had a really dope set. It was really, had a lot of visuals on it for his battle set.
Oh, you're talking about the battle?
Yeah, for his battle set. No, it was a couple of battles ago.
Okay.
He made sure he didn't do it this time because he remembered me talking about it before. And YouTube completely shut the video down because of like some movie clips that he put into it. Had nothing to do with any of the music that was flagged.
Right.
All of that was just they'll take a piece of the monetization on the video. Right. But the actual like showing, I think it was some Bollywood flick actually. And it was a no-go. It's like red dot. Stop. Because there's the green, yellow, and the red dot for the copyright thing. Normally, this show gets the green dot because it's a bunch of us just sitting around talking shit, right? And so, and then
sometimes
Fridays,
literally,
yeah, Fridays and Saturdays most of the time get the yellow dot, and that's like the demonetization, the like can't play it in certain cities or certain countries. Things like that. Is drop working? Okay, drop is working. The avatars are still running around. I don't care. And is drop working? Tell me drop is working. Okay.
Yeah.
And oh man, I lost my train of thought again. Sorry, I did it again. You know how hard it is, dude. When my eyes
fucking boomer stoner s.
No, dude, when my eyes are looking around, I'm trying to maintain a conversation, like a smooth flow of conversation, but I'm also looking and producing
the
this
yellow
show.
dot, the red dot, the green dot.
So the yellow dot is the demonetization. Thank you, Fader. I love you. And I can't wait to do 18 days, 18 hours, 28 minutes, and 45 seconds from now, you're going to get a big-ass hug.
Big ass hug. Should we live? Here's a thought that went through my head, okay? And I know it's funny, and in the chat can feel free to roast me. But I have contemplated the fact that maybe I should live stream picking you up at the airport.
Maybe I should too.
That everyone can be there with us when we meet for the first time.
I should too, and y'all should double tab it.
Yeah.
Double tab it. Get two windows up, right?
And we can just go around in circle for like a good minute.
Oh, it'll be better than the bicycle dance scene in Rad, dude. It'd be better than anything you've seen in your life. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. So yeah, new Twitch's DMCA is basically more of the same. I really hope they fix this shit, man. We've all talked about the solution, and we all talk about how we'll pay. I'll fucking pay a monthly subscription fee to do this shit, right? And I think that what's going to happen is like these distribution places and these publishers are going to turn into like the straight plug that you pay a month for their content.
And I think it's, and not to just jump in, but I think it's going to be for all of it. It's to be able to play it. It's to be able to get it. To begin with, you know what I mean? So it's that you play this, you want to play these edits or whatever this shit from in the club from Sony Music or wherever it's coming from.
Right.
This is the spot. Boom. That gives you the streaming. You got it on your computer. You can whatever you're gonna use it for. That's what you're gonna use it.
I think so too. I also think that the service has a high likeliness of being cloud based. Not a paper download based or if there is offline media storage, it's still going to be centered around a cloud storage. Nikki, you're amazing. Happy birthday! Is
tomorrow?
It's tomorrow. I love it. How are you doing, Nikki?
Thank you. I'm great. I'm fantastic.
How was your weekend?
Oh my god, it was amazing. It was so much fun. We had so much fun at this, and then we went to Lipstick after, and then we went and got Willie's Burgers, and
Willie's awesome.
Fun. It was so much fun. I wish you could have made it to the after parties, but we kind of lost you. So.
Well, you know, I had gear and stuff, and so I wasn't trying to walk around Midtown with a backpack full of shit.
That's the worst.
That's the worst, right?
No.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have been down. But there's no Amazon locker to check that shit into or anything.
Right.
But that was this block party. That was so much fun. For those that E-Town, what up, throwing a hundo down? Yo, E-Town, are you partner yet? I see a cool 90 to 100 in your channel like every time lately, bro. That's so awesome. Like, I'm so proud of you. I have another person that I put on all the time. You're one of like my at work radio channels, because like I put you on, and like I'm not really, I know it sounds like dickish, but I'm not really trying to be social. I just want to like put on some music and get shit done around the house.
Right,
and, like, get
you're
things.
lurking.
Yeah, I'm lurking, right? And so you're one of my commuters. my at work radios.
Yeah, the drive time. You know,
My drive time. Yeah, I love it.
Soundtrack.
Yeah.
Life soundtrack.
Yeah, it's good shit, man.
Word, big up Flipside. Thank you for stopping in, brother.
Oh, Flipside is in here.
You're always welcome, brother.
Nicely done. Flipside, what's up, man? Hey, we were talking about NDI 5 the last time Flipside was here.
Yeah.
Flipside from Chicago. Big up the Chicago crew.
By the way of New York City now.
By the way of New York City now. Awesome.
Yeah. He's bouncing back and forth.
I love it. Jeff Butler's in here. K-Dub is in here.
Hey.
Hi, Jeff.
Scotch Bear YYC with the resub. Thank you. Darth
His
Liquid
name
with the
Jeff.
sub. Thank you.
Wow, okay.
What's up?
Says he's back in Chicago, only visiting New York.
Word.
Oh shit, Jeff Butler hit the end.
Jeff Butler cracking the Easter egg.
Nice.
Appreciate you, man. 916 biddies. What a great number. It's going off right now. Oh, let's turn the music up. E-Town with another hundo. You rule, bro. Thank you, sir. That's real love. I really love E-Town's. I'm definitely visiting E-Town when I either am allowed to cross the border or we find the tunnel or the boat that takes us in there.
Is it a long dark
Break in the wall.
All right, E-Town, your computer is stuck. It keeps throwing 100 bits at me. You gotta fix. You gotta fix that. Appreciate you, man. The tunnel, right? Where's the tunnel we can all smuggle through? E-Town, knock it off, dude. That's a cool 500, 400, man. You're awesome, bro. Round of beers on me. First time I see you. And then again, and then again, and then again. What are you doing, man? Knock it off.
There's a hype train.
Rat Bone with a
Thank you.
hundo. E-Town just keeps chucking dollars at me. I'm catching them, and I'm putting them down the front of my shirt, and I'm wiggling with it.
In your taco
Wiggle
speedo.
it. Just
Taco
a
speedo.
little bit.
Fader. Oh, jeez, guys, stop.
It was a hype train. I'm hype.
We're hype.
What do you want me
I'm
to
getting hype right
You're
now.
getting
I'm
hype.
so
I feel the hype, so I contributed to the hype.
it's hype AF right now. It's hold on, turn the music back up.
It's how those kids say lit in here.
Do we gotta pop the confetti? Let's pop the confetti. It's hype.
Damn, Eric McAdoo with 1,000 videos. Let's go.
Big E, the channel boss. Kiss the ring. That's Big E. That's, if you don't know, Big E throws it down.
68%.
Biggie, for those that don't know, Biggie is the channel boss. He has donated more bits than anybody else on this channel. Kiss the Ring, he has donated 85,052 bits under this account. There was another account that had quite a bit, and he changed accounts a few months in.
Quite a bit.
That is quite a bit. Look at all these gentlemen bits. Fader with the
Trying to
gentle
get it
bits.
to 69 fucking % of the hype train. I just don't know. Oh, E-Town.
Overshoot.
E-Town.
Thanks, Clint. Jesus.
You guys are amazing. K-Dub with the biddy. Thank you. E-Town throwing more hundos. I hate it when I overshoot a 69.
Right?
I mean, you ate more.
Your nose just gets right in a butthole. I mean, what? I'm sorry.
Not terribly upsetting. Scotch Bear YYC with the 10 biddies.
Story
E-Town
bird.
throwing another hundo.
Right, not me.
Funky Nikki with another hundo. Y'all are too kind. I appreciate the support, y'all. Seriously, like, that's it's a saving grace more than y'all know. When I say it keeps the lights on, it's more than the studio. I've paid the light bill. Like, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Darth Liquid, what up? This Hype Train is doing just fine. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Darth Vader with
air conditioner on, honestly.
69 bits. Nice.
Nice. And the little fucking snowman cheer mode. Like, his nose pops out, so I figured that was really fucking appropriate.
Nice. Deadless with the 30 biddies. Thank you, man. Thank you, Deadless.
No.
Beat Specific Guru. Tier 1 at 9 months at Tier 1. Thank you. That's real love. Our Twitch bebe has been born. Appreciate you, man. K-Dub throwing a Tier 1 out to E-Town. That's a good look. That's a real good look right there.
Is it a fart or is it like a wink? The unicorn.
The unicorn?
Yeah,
I think it's supposed to be a wink. The one in the heart that like pops out.
Yeah, that one. Is it?
It looks like a boner.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but I was like, I figured it was. Oh yeah, it does.
It has very phallic kind of a vibe going on.
And then it like turns its head and like a thing pops out like over there. So I figured maybe it was just a fart. You know what I mean? Maybe it's
The big finish.
I thought it was a fart.
Following through. He's a little follow through. more pooping. More poop talk. Coupon. That one was for you. Darth Vader with the hundo. Thank you, man. Jeff Butler 15. Dude, you guys are awesome. Jeff Butler, nice. The 69. Yo, yeah, the airport meeting. That's definitely gonna have to happen, dude. That's gonna be a good time. And then we're heading off to the DJ Expo in Atlantic City.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna meet up with Joshua Carl, Aiden Scott, Mike Marquez,
Stevie B. Bunch of other guys.
Yeah.
Yoshi, I believe.
Oh, Yoshi's gonna be up there. Dope.
I think so. Yeah.
And girl.
And Flipside.
And Flipside. And me, he says.
Yeah, me. I wasn't sure. So
Flipside with 200. Dude, seriously, man. Dope. Yo, why don't you guys jump in this Zoom? Exclamation point Zoom at any time. Jump in here. Jump in the conversation. It's loose talk today. The topics again. Poop. Yeah. Bits. And then
IRL bromance live streaming.
Alcohol. And the variances of.
And the DJ Expo. Yeah.
And the DJ Expo. Elgato has some new stuff. I wanted to look at that, if you guys don't mind. And then NDI 5 has come out, and the SDK is here. So I want to get into that a little bit. First thing though, this Midtown, this past Saturday, that shit was crazy. There was probably, I want to say, close to 15,000 people in the streets, and it was enormous. And then we had this area, it's like a silent disco area.
Yeah.
And Flipside, dude, thank you for 200 biddies. Jeff Butler 69, I see you. K-Dub, the biddy, thank you. This area that was like probably could hold easily like 800 people, and by the time we hit peak hour, it was jumping. And then on top of that, because we were the silent disco, you could see the little glowy headphones. So when we would look out into the crowd of people, you could see way out there, there's little fucking glowy headphones that are on. Those are people that are fucking with you still, right? Like, that are like way out into the sea of it all.
A couple hundred yards away.
Yeah, exactly. And it was nuts. And for those of you who caught it on Saturday, I tried my best to try to catch the area with the mobile stream setup that we had. And I wasn't unhappy. There's a good picture. Yeah. I wasn't unhappy. Let me put that up on the screen, actually.
Yeah.
Pin that up.
Talk.
Yeah. I wasn't unhappy with the stream, but you can see there's just like mad people there, right? But I was definitely not happy.
Chris is killing it, by the way.
Yeah,
everyone's tuned into Blue.
He knows what's up. He knows how to win the room.
Yeah.
And we had a blast. It was a good time. And so the stream came out great. Entity killed it, right? Big up Paul Nice. Happy birthday, Paul Nice.
Happy birthday.
The mobile stream setup, I was using this program called Switcher Studio on an iPad. And I had 3 iOS devices connected to it using this guy right here. This is a little Netgear mobile hotspot, right?
Netgear Nighthawk, correct?
Netgear Nighthawk 5G, supposed to be the business, and it worked great, might add. But we were outside, so I can understand like if you had shoddy cell phone service, where things like this might be questionable. But one thing I can say about this Netgear Nighthawk that's kind of tight, and I'm sure a lot of these do it too, is it has data offloading. So I can connect to a local Wi-Fi or even go straight into the Ethernet of their switch of a decent local network if I happen to have one. And then I've got high-speed internet and I can stream all day. But the 5G worked great. But we were only streaming at 720p 30, I think. And so, but it worked good. Everything was awesome. But the problem was, I'll show you. The problem with the Switcher Studio and the configuration that I was using was that in order to get a line level signal into the stream, we were using one of these guys, a Roland Go Mixer, like in the Roland Go Mixer, right?
Yeah.
And it sounded good, like it sounded fine. I wouldn't use the mic input on these. It's kind of got a high noise floor. It's kind of a noisy. The instrument inputs are decent, but the line level input is clean. It's just a mini jack in, so you can go like 1/4 inch from your booth out, or you can go like the Master 2 is usually an RCA jack, right? So you can go. We're getting high level nerd. Here it comes. So the Master 2, you can run RCA into the 1/8 inch, and then you're good to go line in from this, right? Now this has a lightning on the other side. And so I was going lightning into the iPad, right? Now, the problem with doing it on the iPad was now that I have this on this iPad, now that I have this connected, I have no way of charging the iPad. It's just the interface and the iPad, and then as long as the battery is going, this is going to work great until the battery eventually dies, right? And I was looking for an adapter where I would be able to charge the iPad, but also still provide bus power to the Go Mixer at the same time. Look at my arrow. See that? That is a factory clean arrow right there. That's for me in the dark saying, Billy, this is where you plug it into. Real world shit, right? No, but seriously though, like, so I looked for these splitters, and I found plenty of splitters where you can split it, and it sends the audio signal one way, or the data signal one way, and the power signal the other way. But if I did that, then I wasn't sending power to the Roland Go at all, right? And it wouldn't fire up. And this thing doesn't have independent power. There's no DC in for it. And so my conundrum was that I needed to find like a powered USB interface, and then run it to like a USB hub that runs into Lightning on the iPad. Then I can use the data power splitter and then power the iPad. But then at that point, I'm sorry. Yeah. At that point, I was like, it's just like too much shit. Because the whole idea was like, I want to be able to just drop this in and go. Jeff Butler's coming in. I love this because we're talking about NDI 5, and he is the man when it comes to this shit. And so, Jeff, what up, man? I'm glad you're here, bro. You're going to be our definitely our expert on
What's up,
this.
guys?
Hi, handsome.
Jeff Butler, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, baby.
Those are real Emmys in the background. This is the truth right now. It's an honor to have you here, man. Thank you, sir. We're talking about my mobile setup at the this Midtown right now, and how much I hated it, even though it worked out.
That looked good, man.
The switcher software was great. Like the switcher software was fine, but it was the technical. Like first of all, I didn't have a power solution, and the battery died super quick. It went out after like 3.5 hours, and we were like a 6-hour show. So that was the wrap for that. That kind of sucked. But the switcher app was great. I just didn't like the solution that in order to make this work, I'm going to need an audio interface and a USB hub and a power source. And that's like already getting into like a 30-minute setup for something that I want to just be able to just drop and go. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I'm over it. Replace the roll and go with a headset, buddy. Mic level. Yeah. So you would run it into the headphone jack. And
like
run
like a TRS.
TRRR, the RRRR, how many R's? Several RS's into that input. You're right. That would definitely work out.
The same. That's the same thing as like an iRig or whatever. Like the same. That's
similar, except you're using the mic input on this, and you're going to be coming in a little hot, but you can attenuate it in software.
That's what
right.
The whatchamacallit does.
Right. But it's not battery powered. Right. Exactly. Chuck the Bounty Hunter resubbing for 1 month at tier 1.
12 months. Let's go. That's it.
Sub for 12 months.
Yo, Billy,
it's been a year now. Not sure if it's gonna work out, man. You just ignore me whenever your friends are around. I'm gonna need someone who makes me a priority. With that said, can I get on the guest list for Saturday? I love it.
Well
I love it. That is quite the love letter. Appreciate you, Chuck the Bounty Hunter. That's the homie right there. Super dope. Appreciate everyone who threw down on the hype train. You guys are amazing. So yeah, I'm cool on this solution. I'm not going to use the iPads. Another thing I didn't like was I was using old iPhones. This is an iPhone 7 and I have an iPhone 5, right? I was like odd number iPhone guy for a long time. And so I have in my old iPhone, and they were all connecting to the local area network that was being created by this. It was all subnet created by the Netgear. That worked good, except the iPhone 5 was just kind of shit. Like, I mean, I had to run it with a battery hanging off of it, and the hardware has just fucking been through it, right? And so it wasn't really performing very well. There was like frame dropping going on every now and then, and it was just after a few hours of running, it just wasn't doing the trick.
Yeah.
And so like I was like, this is kind of
it overheats too,
right?
Because like I used an old iPhone through NDI and whatever, like when I was streaming, like, you know, a while ago, and that like it would overheat and start glitching out, and,
yeah,
you know, it wouldn't deliver all the frames.
Yeah, that 5 got hot as shit, like it did. Yeah,
I think I had a 6.
Yep. Let me catch up with the chat. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to ignore y'all.
It's just Nikki Painter talking like nonstop.
Okay, word up. Well then we can keep going.
Yeah, she's holding the deck, as she does always.
Appreciate you, Princess Nikki. So I'm not going to do this anymore with the iPhones as cameras. I'm over it. And with that,
what are you gonna do?
Oh well, it's funny you should ask that.
Oh,
give me a second here. Let me.
You didn't come prepared. Like, come on now. All right, you don't have to go that far. Oh yeah, he does. Okay. He called me the other day and was on the phone talking my ear off about some shit for like an hour, like he does, and then you know he pulled the trigger on something that he's gonna get real excited about.
Giggity.
All right, so thanks to y'all's help with your bits and subs and loves and everything else, this showed up today, and let's give it an open on the stream and have a look-see. Now remember, 916 Junglist has IRL events planned for August and September, and I'm going to be in San Francisco this weekend. at F8 at frequency 8 with Diesel Boy. It's gonna be sick. So, not to mention, kind of going on a mini tour next month. I'm not trying to get braggadocious. I'm justifying this because I don't want to have buyer's remorse.
18 days.
All right.
18 hours.
Dun, 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 dun.
The Mevo start.
Dun, 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 dun. Wireless live streaming from any angle, including up the crotch. I drank the Kool-Aid. If you're a DJ who has ever typed Twitch into Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter,
I know exactly where you're going.
then you absolutely have seen the advertisement for this camera.
Targeted ads have got you, boy.
Dude, they are throwing. Look, wait, who's speaking right now?
Yeah, right. I got it. I bit the Kool-Aid too.
Bit?
Yeah, I bit it. I froze it. Juice box.
Machine of Death says those are awesome. Word up. Rude Boy Soldier says nice. Check them out here. It says nice. IG that ring. Yeah. Dude, everybody in the chat, yo. Who has seen the advertisements in their Instagram?
For the Mevo.
It's fucking incredible.
Live stream your hustle. All the extra shit.
So here's what these are. These aren't just webcams. Let me clarify what these are. These are cameras. They're also an audio interface, and they're also an encoder, all in one. And so you can stream directly from these to Twitch, no problemo. And you can use client software to control them remotely from your phone or iOS, or Android tablet or Apple tablet or anything like that.
That's what Mike Marquez uses, right? When he's out?
Yes,
correct.
He's actually in the damn commercial.
Yep.
for
Ah.
these things. And I'm trying to get the plastic off right now with like non-fingernails.
You got a top-down camera that you gotta do proper unboxings and shit on this thing.
Shut the fuck up. I gotta stop.
He's gonna have the proper angle soon.
Yeah, he's gonna.
You have to get the
I am.
box
I am
All
not.
the angles.
I'm okay. Well, what this? How about this? There we go. Okay.
Exactly, nice. Careful.
I'm just. I. You know what? I build
Safety
models.
first.
We're good. We're good. I broke the seal.
Now we've moved into P humor.
P humor. All right.
Big up Meta Pattern in 10 months.
So what I like about this, I have 6 for my OnlyFans page. That's beautiful. What I like about this is what I was saying earlier is I want to be able to just fucking plug it in and go, right? And what's pissing me off is like the audio interface and the camera and the switching software and a computer to encode everything or whatever, or GPU, whatever. It's like fucking too much shit. Like I don't want 30 extra minutes on my setup for something, right? And so I like not even 30 minutes. Like I literally want to like plug a mini jack into the back of one of these things,
Yeah.
turn it on, and then go, right?
Right.
So we got the sleeve off. It has this like looks like it's a bottle of whiskey or something,
Shiny red box.
right? Shiny red box. Okay. Oh, here we go. There's the top of the boxes. It says Mevo. Ooh, okay.
Did you get the cases?
Not today.
Coming in separately.
They are arriving separately. There it is, folks. The 3-pack. Oh, drop. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually did drop mine today. I was like really pissed at myself.
This is what I like as an event producer, promoter, whatever you want to call it. By the way, Fader, you could probably have one of these if you need it.
I found mine.
is it'll fit into. Can you guys getting this? Let me. It'll fit. This is good. People who are producing events know what I'm talking about. It'll fit into a camera hole. Sure, that's fine, like a regular tripod. But it'll also fit into a mic stand, which is dope.
You can remove the.
You can remove the inner piece, and it'll fit into a mic stand. Yo, Epic, what up, man? DJ Epic is here. That's the homie. Motown on Mondays, representing 13 months. True supporter. Yo, Meta Pattern as well just showed up. What up, Meta Pattern? Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, it'll come and you can take off the adapter and get a.
So like when I was looking at the stands, I was like, why do I even want the stand? I have so much better stand options already from like all the mobile stands that I have that are already threaded in that size. So that's good to go as far as stands go. I got shit with boom arms. I got shit that'll wibble and wobble like a freaking for a camera. It's all good. So the ball top, whatever that's called. So yeah, I'm excited for this. There's the front of the lens, right? Bada boom. And then the back, pretty straightforward. You've got
USB-C, 3.5 millimeter,
and a 3.5 millimeter. Yep.
That's it.
Straight up good to go. And you can do a USB to Ethernet, and it'll do power over Ethernet, and it'll also so it'll provide the power and the data necessary, and you just connect it over NDI on your local area network. Good to go. Yeah. So this is exciting.
It's a Swiss Army knife.
It's the pencil sharpener too. Yeah, it'll sharpen your pencil.
It has a toothpick. Pair of scissors.
So what's dope is like this is like a camera, an encoder, and an audio interface. And in the multicam app, they had this thing where it pulled up. And this is for like the front of house producer nerds out there. You'll know what I'm talking about. They had it so that you can run like your audio. You can run the line out from your DJ mixer into one of the cameras, and then that's your line level signal, right? And then the other two cameras, you can still use the stereo mics on those cameras and mix them at a lower level. And now you've got like a legit live scenario where like when the crowd reacts, the people that are watching can hear the crowd react, but then it's still a line level signal from the music that's playing. You know what I mean? Like a dope live show with that mix of both.
That's awesome.
The room, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a stereo mic, so it'll catch the room. So we know when you hear like, fuck Becky, that bitch isn't cool. Like she's over on the left. Like you can hear it on the left side. Like it's
She's fucking hammered.
Yeah.
All right. So when are you debuting it, Billy?
Adagio, put your pants back on.
I want to debut this on probably as early as Saturday at the Diesel Boy show, and then I'm for sure going to be doing it at there's a stereo mic right there. See a center channel left and right.
Those are your mics, and they are sensitive.
Yeah, they pick up the room. It's a room. It's a room mic, right? It's really sensitive to the room.
So
right?
quiet. My room, my studio out here, not soundproofed at all, but like you can hear it was picking up a few feet away.
Epic. Sorry.
Yeah, I see it. When you hear Billy cussing out chicks for asking for reggaeton at Motown on Monday. Heard. Epic heard.
Get your fucking drink away from my deck.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yes, you'll hear all that. But there's a multi-channel mixer in the audio portion of the of the app, so like you can mix you can mix it accordingly, right? So that you're not getting too much bleed from the microphone. But you were saying that your garage,
it's not soundproof, but it was
studio.
It's
a studio.
Yeah, my studio is like picking up like a bunch of really low level sounds, and it was picking them up quite well.
Right.
And to the point where there was a fly in my space.
No shit.
And it was starting to pick up the fly when it was zoomed. It was zooming near the microphone, I watched the line levels pick up. It was like it was grabbing it. It was cool. And then I'd do like a nice, loud clap, and it would peak. It would do, it definitely like skyrocket. So.
And the fly goes everywhere.
Those the mic, it's good shit.
DJ Good Housekeeping, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you being here. Gang.
It's not some kind of like fucking wimpy ass mic. Like it's solid. All these parts in here are solid shit. It's like Sony. It's like a fucking Sony camera.
I think my only concern is going to be the bandwidth used. I know that I'm for sure going to be configuring it as a 720 show, not a 1080 show, even though these are 1080 cameras.
Right.
And I'm going to use the real estate to actually create like a fake multicam out of one camera. I'm sure Jeff knows what I'm talking about. You can use portions of the 1080 space to create different shots. It almost looks like you're zooming in and out kind of thing and stuff like that.
Well, you can do that legit with this too.
Right. So the software has the ability to do that. You can pinch in and out to create zooms. You can create your zones and like have it move from one space to the other, like it's panning the camera and stuff like that. Like it looks super neat. But yeah, and then ultimately, I want these to come in over NDI to the home studio, and then I want to send out from the home studio. That way, if I lose a camera feed, then the stream never drops, right?
Right, and you do all your overlays and all that shit back,
Dude.
Back home, right.
That's the end game. The computer does all the heavy lifting.
Right.
All you got to do is send the signal, and that's it.
Right. And so it's funny enough, Fader and I were having this conversation a couple of days. Was it yesterday? A couple days ago.
Yes. Yeah, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah.
Dude, okay, so Fader and I were having this conversation yesterday, and then he like Googles them or finds them on Facebook. He's like, wait a second, they're live right now. And so, what are you picturing right now?
Yeah, I'm Mevo. That's my Mevo NDI
sick.
through NDI right now.
Oh, sick. So, Fader and I, he's like, they're live right now. So we went in there and they were like doing a Q&A. And like, funny enough, like we were able to like actually ask some of the questions that we were curious about, like directly right there, like immediately while we're having that conversation, which is like an ultimate. Like, I love it. So one thing that they were saying is that it supports NDI right now as it stands, and NDI 5 it is working just the same. It's equally as compatible. What they have not built yet onto it is the NDI 5 bridge portion yet. And so but they are saying that that's in development, but it hasn't come out yet for the Mevo cameras, but that's definitely going to be coming soon, was their pitch, right? And that's what I'm waiting for. I'm most excited for the NDI 5 bridge. Actually, this is a good segue for Jeff Butler. What are your thoughts on NDI 5 so far? I know that you use this type of platform on like on a professional level, so really curious.
Yeah, I sadly haven't really gotten a chance to test out NDI 5 yet. I know you were hoping that I would give you some intel, but at my IRL job, we've just been slammed with a big project.
Yeah.
So I've installed it on a couple of my own personal machines, but I still haven't had a chance to test it yet. I know we, as a company, our engineering department, got some additional information from New Tech about NDI, and it's one of those things. So just so you guys know, like New Tech in the broadcast industry is like the new mark of DJing, right? They're
Consumer, prosumer.
New Tech equipment, yeah. They make this thing called a TriCaster, and actually, this is a panel from a TriCaster, and it's like a really cheap switcher.
Right.
So a real switcher costs hundreds of thousands of dollars, and a TriCaster is like $70,000.
Right.
So New Tech has kind of this this rep as being not professional.
I can understand
However, they developed NDI, and I know you guys have been using it. It's been used professionally. We're
using it right now.
Yeah, it's not quite stable enough, to be used professionally. But NewTek was purchased by a company called VizRT, which is an Israeli company. They started off as a defense contractor, and they have lots and lots of money. Yeah,
the plot thickens. Okay.
Yeah, so this happened a while ago. VizRT, they took their technology maybe in the early 2000s and started applying it to TV equipment. And they started making, the first thing they made was a character generator. And they just got into more and more virtual reality and augmented reality type stuff. And they're really they've been ahead of the curve in technology for a long time. And so the fact that they bought NewTek, and they don't, VizRT already makes their own switcher. They don't give a shit about the TriCaster product.
Sure.
They just wanted NDI.
They wanted NDI, right.
And NDI, so that there was already an IP-based signal flow that's been around for a few years. It's called 2110. 2110 is great, but it's super, super bandwidth heavy. And, the equipment to run 2110 is very expensive. It's like traditional broadcast equipment.
Right.
The fact that you can
talking satellites on trucks type situations?
Yeah,
or what?
Totally. Yeah. Right. So the fact that NDI, you can use a Linksys router as your distribution system.
Right.
Is game changing.
This is new. This is the new media, bro. Yeah, totally.
Right. So, and so NewTek in their switchers, VizRT in their switchers,
right?
They already have this thing. So the SDK that is released for NDI, it gives you the ability to pack and unpack NDI or NDI HX.
Right.
You can't do anything else. But in their own switchers, there's additional capability.
Okay.
And so this is the long game they're playing. So what
they're going to create some stuff that's exclusive to having to have their hardware as the
exactly
right.
Yep.
Right. So here's an example.
The old DaVinci Resolve method.
Yeah, exactly. So here's what their switchers do. So and their proprietary hardware. Let's say you were doing 4K 60, right? So you're talking insane bandwidth,
right? 500
megs, I think, something like that per source. Even in NDI, which is small compared to traditional 2110. It's really hard. 2 sources is a gig, right? And so you run out of bandwidth, especially if you're trying to transverse distance,
right,
over the internet or anything. Their own equipment has the ability to send basically a proxy signal until the real one is needed. And so their switcher, the 4K switchers that exist in that run on what we call a COTS server, a common off-the-shelf server. They're limited, to maybe 12 4K 60 sources, but the NewTek one does 40 plus. Just on a, you could just buy a server from newegg.com and run their software, and you have a 44, I think, 4K 60 source switcher, because they have that little secret key.
Some proprietary connection. So you think, what do you think on a consumer level for content creator culture and for streaming culture and for those of us who are scrubbing away at it at 720p right now in 1080p type of output, what do you see as far as NDI goes, as far as future development and things like that? Does it excite you? Because I'm fucking stoked.
Yeah. So here, looking into my crystal ball, here's what I think is going to happen. The NDI based plants are few and far between right now because NDI just isn't quite reliable enough.
Right.
But there's big money in selling equipment to, let's say CNN. Let's say CNN said we're going to get all new equipment and we want it IP based, right? It's millions of dollars, right? So
Sure.
BizRT has this incentive to make NDI more stable and reliable, and all of us little people, are going to benefit from that. So I think NDI's a game changer, and it's screwing up the broadcast industry a little bit right now. I talked to someone working at an upcoming massive sports event in Asia.
Okay.
Who's working for the U.S. broadcaster of said sports event.
Got
It
you.
might already be going on a little bit.
Yeah, right. And they're using
Colored rings.
NDI extensively, which is unheard of. And so like that to me is a huge signal.
Yeah, totally. Well,
Are
I
we
know.
talking a peacock logo, maybe?
Some kind of a bird, probably.
Yeah, I'm curious, like, as far as like production goes. I know that like we're not like top shelf production here on Twitch, but that's kind of the point, right? We're Wayne's World. I've said that every week. It's fucking great.
That's awesome.
Right? But as far as like the calendar lately, especially like going into August and September, there's going to be Nick Twist coming in, by the way. Big up Minneapolis crew. Big up Nick Twist. I have more IRL gigs coming, and like I've felt this like obligation to try to figure out a way to keep the channel going, and at the same time, like, fulfill the IRL, the live events coming back. You know what I mean? And so, right. And so he's got to be talking about ping pong nationals. That's exactly right, Paul Nice. And so yeah, hopefully this is the answer, because it seems like what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to just set up one camera or 3 cameras or 2 cameras, depending on like the environment that I'm in, right? It could just be one over the shoulder shot that night, right? Or it could be one up my nose because that's the only place that the camera fits that night, right? But it's gonna be something, up to a 3 camera show, with some graphics and shit that you can put on there. Easy peasy overlay stuff, nothing super intense. And then eventually using NDI Bridge, just sending my 3 video feeds over NDI to the computer at home, and having the computer at home do all the heavy lifting. Then I can automate all of that shit with DeLorean board and remote desktop, so there's no problem there. Yep. But that's kind of the game plan. How has it been for you, Vader? It sounds like you've maybe used this on location.
Yeah. I have. I've used it a couple times. And for me, the simplicity of it is exactly what I want. I don't want to set up another mixer and another situation. I don't want to have to lug a computer somewhere.
Yeah,
even if
totally.
Even if it's a small lunchbox that was custom built for me by somebody that said that they custom built the computer for me.
Wait, let's take a break for that one. Okay, we're good.
Okay, good. So yeah, I want I want simplicity, and I want to be able to, like you said, like it isn't a negative thing, but my the Fader fam has voiced their concern. That's not the right word because it sounds serious, but like their
been critical.
Their need or their want for a stream on the weekend, because I was doing Fridays for a whole fucking year and 2 months or whatever it was. and now that I'm back to
You were their must see TV for a while. There. Right.
Yeah, a lot of those people aren't going out to the clubs or bars or whatever on Friday night or whatever. Like our target demos or older folks or whatever that are doing a thing aren't going to go out, but still want to listen to music or have a good time or interact with each other and whatnot. So there's only so much that my message board on Discord could do for these folks when they could be doing it in a channel, on an active stream with music and jokes and dirty toilet humor and sexual innuendos and fun stuff that Twitch is all about, right?
I think. So, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's been my thing, is to figure out where I can live stream, what's the best scenario for it, because I'm now finding areas in which I really wanted to live stream aren't able for me to do it because of network limitations or whatever that be.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was trying to go and do my Sunday daytime kind of party. It's right on the water. Their Wi-Fi system network sucks there, so I can't log into their Wi-Fi and to use the Mevo off of their network.
This shit is for
right. So I tried to use, true. I tried to use my cellular network, your phone hotspot, and it was not. It did not take well to that. In other places, no problem. Like my phone's the hotspot. It's running the thing. It's doing all of the things, and everything's cool. In that specific place, in the instance where cell phone service, may be a little spotty because it's literally on the fucking water, and I have no idea where the closest tower is. That was my problem. So
I've had unreliable. I wouldn't say unreliable. I've had service that wasn't quite sturdy enough. Once things started getting complicated, trying to use the software, like the iOS software, mobile hotspot, converting your phone to emit a wireless network and joining to it.
Yeah.
Like in theory, it should be great, but in Mevo's defense, it does do a lot of that within the app for you. Right.
Like it will engage that and turn the network and want to join the Wi-Fi to this and that, whatever. Like it prompts you to do that stuff, and it just yes, allow, okay, or whatever, and it kind of creates all that stuff. So please go ahead. Yes,
that's what I can't wait to configure the cameras so that you can just turn them on and it's configured for your setup.
Right.
And I'm already noticing that it only cost me $20 a month more on my cell phone plan, and honestly, it's only gonna be $6 a month once the stupid device thing is paid off.
I was looking at one of those after we talked about them, so it gets interesting.
Yeah, if you're already paying for cell phone service, it's not that much to get one.
It's like $11 a month or something like that, or one of the things. But the one that I saw, that Netgear Nighthawk, the only one I saw was 500. It was 500 megabytes. And I'm like,
no, this one's got fucking hella gigs, 50 gigs a month or some crazy shit.
I mean, 500 megabytes is enough to stream at 720. You'd be all right if it's symmetrical.
Not for a whole month. In one weekend.
You know what I mean?
I thought 500 megabytes was your actual speed, not.
No.
That's the month. That's the monthly.
That's the data use.
That's garbage.
Which is nothing.
That would last you about 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
No, but so having the dedicated big up throwing the Plinko down, by the way. The dedicated hotspot has actually been good. Another thing that I've already started using it for, I was using my phone for this before too, but now I just started using this thing, was because I'm on I'm already on I'm on Beat Source Link and Beatport Link, or just Beat. I don't have Beat Source Link. I think the free thing expired, but I actually subscribed to Beatport Link, and I have a subscription on Rekordbox DJ, right? And so both of those services are checking for an internet connection every time I launch Rekordbox. And so having my laptop connected to this hotspot works great for that too.
How How does that actually work? Like I've looked at it and I'm like, I would rather just export my tracks to USB and just use them on CDJs with the links and all that stuff. But like, that would make sense if I could access, you can only fit so much on a USB, but if I could access the 30,000 fucking tracks I've got on my hard drive at home or something, I don't know how that works.
Well, here's the thing. First of all, it's not for everybody, because if you're like a mobile DJ or if you're DJing like anywhere under the sun, there's areas that you're not going to get cell service, and you're definitely not going to get service from a mobile hotspot either, right? It's just there's no service, no matter which way you look at it. But if you think about it, in every place that you've been in the last 5 years where you asked your phone to play a song and it worked, those are all places where you could have DJ'd and it would have worked using a cloud-based DJ service, because it's a similar amount of data that's being used in order to make it happen. And the DJ software doesn't even play the song until it's been loaded into the RAM anyway. So if it's not going to work, you'll know right away.
Okay.
Right.
So you can pull down like full either 320 MP3 or the actual WAV file, right?
Right. Think about like how many times you played a YouTube video and how much data that is pulling in when you're just pushing play on your phone from your cell phone service, right? Somewhere in the middle of the city somewhere, you're pressing play on the YouTube video while you're walking around. If that works, then that you could definitely run DJ software in that environment. It's using the same amount of data. So you just got to connect it to your mobile hotspot or whatever.
Okay.
Right.
I'm trying to think about, like, when you're out there playing, you got 3 decks or 4 decks in front of you, and you're really just flying through tracks and stuff, and you're hitting the download or whatever it is, and like you got to wait 30 seconds or 45 seconds, but you were ready for it right there or something. But I'll have to look into it more.
It's not 30 seconds. You'd be surprised. LTE, 5G, 4G LTEs, they'll pull its song down in just a couple of seconds. Not even that. Like it's just as fast as
Super quick.
Yeah, it's super quick. Especially just an MP3, right? That's not very much data.
Yeah.
Flip side, to answer your question.
I was gonna say, can you pivot back to
Yeah.
the thing for 1 second?
Flip side, to answer your question, so this is something that I added on to my existing cell plan. So and just like when you buy a new phone, for a while you're paying payments on the device plus a plan, right? So the plan is, I think it was 50 gigabytes a month. And every 6-hour stream at 720 is about 2.5 gigs. So that means I could do 25 shows at 6 hours a month. I promise you I'm not going to do that. That's fucking every day for like 5 hours. Hell no. Taking a week off for fucking good measure. Right? You won't catch me doing that ever.
We're too old for that shit.
Yeah, but and also this is specifically for being remote as well. It doesn't count when I'm at home doing it from here, right? And so that's absolutely not going to happen. And so this, I'm paying just under $20 a month. I want to say it's like $15 a month.
I was trying to find
added to my bill, and
that thing by itself is like $260 or something.
Right.
Like that.
So you're gonna pay for that in
What?
$7 payments for like
Just
2 years.
Like, it's unlocked. Like it's not prep. Like that's to buy it like straight up from Netgear. You could get it cheaper if you go to your cellular.
Right. Yeah. I went to my my provider. Right. Exactly. I went to my cell provider.
What is it again?
It's just the Netgear Nighthawk.
It's it's a mobile router.
Yeah.
So it picks up LTE signal, and then it can basically be it's a hotspot.
Right.
Yeah, no, I understand the concept.
Yeah.
I was wondering what the unit was.
It's called a night.
This one supports 5G. It's like the new one or whatever. But the thing that I liked about it is the data offloading options, because not only does it connect to the 5G and you can use that data, but you also have the ability to route it to a local area network over Wi-Fi if you have a better signal there, or there's even an Ethernet port on it that you can run to an Ethernet switch. Now you're just creating a subnet. That's basically makes it a WAP, right? Not that WAP, a wireless access point. And You have. I had to go there. And then it gives you the ability to use the local network that you're at if you have that option, right? So this thing's a handy little piece of gear. It definitely solves the solution for creating a mobile hotspot, and then also takes the load off my phone, because my phone, it didn't do it. It's in theory it was like supposed to work. It doesn't work quite as good as it's supposed to.
Right.
Yeah. You really need a you really need a device that does
dedicated
the thing.
just to it by itself, not the phone itself.
Especially because if you're gonna walk around, you know what I mean, like, and your phone's in your pocket, like all kinds of other factors, right? Like it's a better to have this thing out on the table or up high or wherever it's got to be, good doing the thing. So yeah.
Also, if you're running the Mevo like multicam app and you have things going on or whatever, you're gonna need like kind of like a dedicated device like running the show. So if it's like, you know, you're running that plus it's trying to be the data, you know, the hotspot plus your phone and other shit or whatever, like it's just gonna bog the fuck out of it.
Yeah, if your phone is also the camera app and is also the hotspot and is also what you're using to monitor Twitch, it's like your phone is just gonna be like, yo, this is enough. I can't like, I'm out. Tapping out. And so yeah, it works.
Yeah, I might have to look into that, because the first show we had back in June, I was trying to live stream the event, and doing the speed test on the network, it was fine. But then as soon as I tried to hit Twitch, it blocked the port. And I've been trying to talk to. So our venue upstairs, they rent space to a network IT company, and then they get all their internet access and their POS and everything from that IT company. And I've been trying to talk to the network administrator up there to open.
They're playing God. Yeah, totally.
Twitch port, and they don't want to do it. And I'm like, but you know, we want to stream. We want to give it out to the people, because like our capacity is low. But you know, so something like that would help. And I'm gonna have to look into that. Thank you.
Yeah, totally. Check and see what the service is like in the area that you're at.
Yeah, what do you use for like a cell?
Like what's the provider? What's the best provider in that area? You know what I mean? Sometimes there's better coverage from certain providers.
I'm on T-Mobile, but we're right in downtown Minneapolis.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's where everything's pointing to downtown. So you're good. Yeah.
5G everything. So.
Yeah, you're way good. Yeah.
Bill, you just reminded me of something. Early in COVID, my little private production company was hired to do facilities for one of the first like live sporting events to happen during COVID. They ran a track meet in 2 separate locations. They had the runners start in Atlanta and Eugene, Oregon simultaneously. And
that's crazy.
And we had cameras on gimbals on electric golf carts, and the cameras actually went around the track with the runners. And the way we did it.
How do you apply to be the golf cart driver? Because that is on my bucket list now.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
So
I have an in.
When we did, our setup and testing a few days before, we had at each location, all right, everybody take your cell phone out, connect to this link, and we would do a speed test. And we okay, which one is Jenny? Jenny, who is your cellular provider? And I'm AT&T. Okay. We're using AT&T in Eugene, and we did the same thing in both locations. And we just used the phone in the gimbal to send the signal back to our cloud production facilities running on AWS.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a super crazy. The whole concept was crazy. And it was awesome.
What was the bit rate you were able to get? Were you pushing 720p or?
Yeah, we were getting 720p 30 at we got 1500K, 1.5 megs.
Yeah.
Or better from both, which is great. That's enough for WebRTC at 720p.
Outstanding.
Yeah, it was super cool.
So
that's some Skynet shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. That's so dope. That's such cool nerdy shit.
I still wanted to ride the golf cart. I would have popped a wheelie.
Oh, yo. So side note, I did a wedding this weekend, and the dad had golf carts, and he got hammer time by the end of the wedding. It was driving people around because it was at a house. They were supposed to have it like this cool little barn, and it fucking fell through because it was like it's been raining out here, weather's been terrible. So he ended up having it at his house. He moved the tent to like his fucking house in his yard, and he started driving the bride and like other random wedding people around the fucking dance floor in and out of the tent.
That's
on
amazing.
a golf cart, hammered, stoned. He's like throwing weed pens at me and everything else. I'm just like, dude, you're awesome, but like this is fucking crazy. He's like whipping around fucking donuts inside the dance
That's how
floor.
you do it. That's how it's
Crazy.
done.
It's fun time.
I think that guy,
Get that.
we could be friends.
Memories.
Yeah.
Maybe not memories, but yeah.
Hangovers.
Vague memories.
Hangovers.
Yeah. Very vague memories. I want to try out the cameras on Saturday. Shameless plug. It's this show right here. And I'm excited for it. It's going to be big. Diesel Boy headlining in the main room with Jamal, Roku, and Louie. And then in the Jungle Cave, you got some guy named Billy Lane playing all vinyl.
I wouldn't pay to see him.
Flacco and Kinetic as well in the vinyl area. MCs for the night: Eternal, Audio Angel, and MC Tell. Big up Church of Drum and Bass. Big up Stamina. Big up Pam DJs. It's going to be at F8 in San Francisco, Saturday, July 24th. They're going to be streaming it. I'm going to be streaming it hopefully as well. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. Good times.
If you don't get Damien to agree to getting his father to give me a vocal drop, you're not staying at my house.
I will videotape myself trying. I'll be like, yo, Diesel Boy, Damien. So
there's this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, wait a second.
Who plays yacht rock.
Some guy named Darth Vader. from
Yeah, you're never
Connecticut.
gonna believe this, right? Some
I think
dorky DJ named Darth Vader has got Star Wars tattoos. Stop right there.
Damien.
Oh, Zebu, that's
no,
dope. You
last
found
time I
one
opened
of our
for you.
records at Gramophone. That's tight. That record only here was on Ben XO's label. It's called Exposure Recordings, and that was a record that Hero and I did back. I want to say it was 2005. That was released. Word up, man! You found that record at actual record store, not like a thrift store. Awesome.
Is that a super dope, cool place called Salvation Army?
That's dope, man. I appreciate you, dude. True story. One time, somebody said they found a 916 Jungler shirt at
I'm sure he is.
the thrift store.
Take that.
That really happened. I didn't finish promoting for this. So Diesel Boy is going to be there. Jamal, some guy named Billy Lane, Flacco, Kinetic, Colonel, Audio Angel, MC Tell. Most importantly, it is the homie Tic Tac's birthday party.
Pew, pew, pew.
Big up Church of Drum and Bass. Big up the homie Tic Tac.
It's for real? Is
To ASMR for Twitch.
It's for real tomorrow.
For real?
For real tomorrow is his
Yeah.
birthday, and tomorrow is my birthday.
For real, it
For
is.
real?
Birthday's going down tomorrow.
Fuck.
So back to random record finds. I found like the Chase and Status with the Duppy Man, the Slew Dem or whatever.
Oh yeah.
The picture disc at a garage sale, and I also got like a Superman comic record there, but everything else was like Phil Collins and like all.
How do they have a random jungle record in their collection?
I don't know.
How's there
And
only one?
I was
Like if
thinking-
you got a drum and bass record, you got at least 2 or 3, right? Like,
I asked them, and they were like, "Oh, that must have been their sons or something." And I'm like, "Wait, is there more?" What? But yeah, it was like $1 or something. A picture disc in perfect condition.
Sick.
I was blown away.
Salute him. Awesome release. Are we frozen?
No. It was on my screen for like a
is a
couple
little
minutes
chilly.
ago, and then I refreshed. That was like a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to refresh.
Okay. Wonder what happened there. We get a hiccup. Let me double check here.
Everybody stop breathing for a second.
Right. Everything working for you guys? Because
No, it's still live, but it just like it like my window like froze up for like a
okay.
That's it. But it's fine.
We got bunned down by the Twitch gods for a second there. They heard us. Their ears must have been burning. Big up Flipside. Appreciate you, man.
Copyright infringement.
Right.
Hi, Tic Tac.
So yeah, Tic Tac is gonna be celebrating his birthday. Big up Church Drum and Bass. Yo, there he is, dude. Speaking of ears, must have been ringing. He is probably already celebrating, and he definitely is trying to not have a hangover on his birthday. But he said that in case he does, he's gonna have pho, so he should be okay. And I think that he's gonna be okay too. I had the honor of having a bowl of pho with Church Drum and Bass in Seattle a couple of weeks ago, and that was amazing.
Passed the test, right? He said it was pretty good.
He said it was pretty good. He said it was pretty good. He said that even the restaurant looked very Vietnamese, which is awesome. I was too worried about the pain in my knee to really enjoy the ambience of the restaurant. But I made the best of things. Fuck scooters.
Scooter accident.
I was in a scooter accident. It's so embarrassing to say that, but it's really true. That actually happened.
God, I wish if anybody in Seattle has some kind of access to the security grid of like fucking cameras in the streets. I would love to see
Was it one of them rental scooters?
One of the restaurants.
It was one of those. Yeah, it was one of those.
It wasn't a Jazzy.
It was a Lime scooter. It was a Lime scooter.
I've already
It's
seen
not a hover around.
I would love to see that.
slaughtered on those.
I would pay someone money to see that. Just to clip it.
Dude, Zebo was in a moped accident. Dude, it was no joke. I fucked my knee up really hard. Okay, I'm gonna tell the story. So okay, we rented these scooters, and it's my first time in Seattle. My homie Joe, big up Adagio and I, we're gonna roll to the record shop on these Lime scooters because it's like a little bit too far of a walk, but we could fucking scooter this thing if we
What's
wanted
a
to.
Lime scooter?
Well, a Lime scooter. Funny you should ask. A Lime scooter, for those that don't know, is a scooter that is
Like
usually
a lemon scooter, but small.
but smaller, right? And you can get a lemon lime scooter, which is actually delicious.
Sponsored by Sprite. Yeah.
Right. 7-Up if you're lucky. And so
Powered by carbonation.
powered by yeah. So you walk up to one of these scooters on the side of the street. You scan the thing with your camera. It's usually got a QR code on the back. You scan the thing on the back with your phone. Bada bing. Tells you, hey, you trying to use this scooter? You say, hell yeah. Says costs you money. You say, okay, charge me, and you start riding. And I thought that the scooters were gonna be like chill, 5 miles an hour. Do what you got to do. We're rolling. No, these things fucking move, dude. They go pretty quick, dude. I was like, should I be wearing a helmet right now? This is pretty fast. And so we're cruising, and what was pretty funny and sad too was there was actually one part where we were riding on the scooter. We had to go up a hill, and I'm not the lightest that I've ever been in the history of my livelihood, and the scooter started hurting a little bit trying to go up the hill.
She was like, damn, raw, eat a salad.
Fuck.
We're gonna need you to reinsert your credit card.
Yeah. There's a fee for that. There's a fee for that.
Hazard. The scooter needs hazard pay.
Oh my god, dude. So,
I've seen some pretty crazy stuff already in Minneapolis. The Minneapolis clubs are wide open, and by 2:00 in the morning, everybody's already forgotten how to party and stuff. And even one of the bigger clubs downtown, I saw somebody just get annihilated by somebody driving like an asshole, and
that's sad.
I've seen a couple people just biff it, and that's funny, but
it is dangerous. No, it's absolutely dangerous. We're not taking away from the seriousness. We're just telling a funny story, obviously.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because he biffed it. He didn't get it.
I biffed it, and it was hilarious. So we're at the top of this hill. We go to the record shop. Big up, dude. Zion's Gate Records, by the way, the fucking truth. If you're ever in Seattle, if you don't go to Zion's Gate, you're tripping, and that is not a shameless plug that they paid me to say. That is God's honest truth. Their reggae selection, their metal selection, and their jungle selection was unreal. And if you're into like raga jungle, like the choppage, the Amen choppage, jungle, I guess, you know, whatever, they had some shit that I haven't seen in years just sitting on the shelf for like $10, dude. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking incredible. So the Seattle trip was fantastic. You know it, dude. Izzy, you know it, man. So yeah, make sure you go check out Zion's Gate. I believe that they have a Discogs site too. So, you know, shameless plug for them. That was sick. Had a great time at Zion's Gate. We're rolling back, and I'm rolling down the hill on the scooter. And remember, this is a hill that it was
a lot easier.
Yeah, it was a lot easier. The motor was not mad going downhill. Yeah, yeah, it's good to go, right? And so we're going down this hill, and I'm in the bike lane, and I'm going with traffic. I feel like I'm doing the right thing, right? And so like at this point, like I'm getting a little bit comfortable riding the scooter. I'm like, I got my balance better. I'm like cutting the lanes a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
it's like fucking weaving.
Yeah,
like,
oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. And then
we're not talking speed wobbles, like we're just talking like fucking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Vibing.
Popping
Okay,
wheelies,
yeah.
exactly, Zebo. Pop, and so, I'm cruising, and like we're going down the hill. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. So I open it up, like all gas, you know, pedal to the plastic, whatever you want to call. Like I full throttled that shit and went for it. And I'm going like, yeah, this is badass. And we're getting down towards the bottom of the hill, and I noticed that like all the traffic is kind of like stopped at the bottom of the hill, like at an intersection, right? And I'm like, oh, fuck it, a bunch of stop cars. I'm just going to keep rolling past these stop cars. I see my bike lane. I'm good. So going down, and I'm going down the hill, and I'm crossing, like, it wasn't even like a real intersection. It was like a turn off to an alley between two buildings. You know how alleys are. Going down, there's an alley to my right, cars to my left. There's a little space between the cars like you do when you're driving, so that in case somebody wants to go into the alley, they could turn into the alley. Well, that's exactly what somebody did. Somebody coming from the other direction takes advantage of the little space that the cars left and tries to gun it through them to go into the alley because they didn't see me coming down the hill. So I see this happening, and I fucking panic. And it's by the time they see me, they were able to hit the brakes, and they didn't hit me. But I'm already like flinched out, right? I'm like, whoa, shit! Like, and I'm fucking freaking out. I slam on the brakes. My feet come off the fucking thing. The fucking thing starts wobbling. Finally, the handlebars cross up. I go flying over the fucking handlebars, and I fucked myself up. I skinned my arm, and like my knee was really, really fucked up for like a while. It actually still isn't quite right.
You weren't standing right on Saturday.
And yeah, I ate it big time, and that really sucked. But honestly, like, I'm glad I can tell the story because it was actually pretty funny. All gas, no brakes, yo. That's what I'm saying, son.
All sack, no shaft.
You know what? And then, you know, thinking back, I wouldn't have it any other way. But yeah, that shit sucked, dude. And like it was like this young girl, whatever. She's going down the alley. She's like, sorry, hope you're okay. And I'm like, fuck you, asshole. That fucking hurt. Like,
Look at my blood.
right? I'm bleeding over here. That was good though. But yeah, so be careful on those scooters and fuck scooters. I'm not riding a scooter for at least another week, and then we'll see what happens.
At least by this Saturday.
Dude, it's those of you that live in Sacramento, you know that on K Street there's the tracks that roll through the middle of the street, and I've seen people just straight eat it on those railroad tracks, like, because it runs parallel with the street. People are riding.
Wheel locked in.
Yeah, people start riding and get their wheel locked in the little groove on the street, and they fucking eat it. And I've seen that shit a lot of times on K Street, actually.
I wish Minneapolis would have kept the trolleys. Minneapolis had trolleys way back in the day, and then some lobbyists sold the city buses, and but when I moved back 10 or 12 years ago from Vegas, they were tearing up some streets and letting the people go and steal all the old cobblestones and shit. It was pretty cool. So a lot of people, you could drive around South Minneapolis, and a lot of people have cobblestone driveways and shit that were like the original Minneapolis trolley, cobblestone road shit.
Sick.
Yeah.
It's all the Clover.
Is that Deep in the chat? Big up, Deep. Hey, Deep, good show the other day. Sorry I didn't chime in until late. I was lurking and working. But I wanted to make sure that I showed some love before you exited. I actually missed part of the beginning. Otherwise, you know. And I sent you a message on Discord. And I'm just gonna pull it up now. Actually, let's see, where's it at? Here, let's see. This is some essential news, courtesy of Man Like Deep and his Junglist News Round. And I know that he has a lot of content that is expanding beyond the Junglist News Round. But when some essential news crosses my desk and I see Deep in the chat, I gotta throw this one up. So
Essential.
this is quite essential. This headline, it says, at no point in this headline did I know what the next word was going to be. Headline says,
Oh God, yeah.
Spanish porn star Nacho Vidal, who likes to advertise his aromatic candles shaped like male genitalia on Twitter, has been arrested on manslaughter charges following a man's death during a mystic ritual in which he inhaled psychedelic toad venom.
What was that, venom?
Essential.
Oh, yeah.
That is quite essential right there.
Where was my invite?
that is a party. This mystic ritual sounds really intriguing.
Right?
And psychedelic toad venom, I want to know.
Yeah.
Ominous
What's that taste like?
Deep says he's seen it. He's seen it. Deep's actually seen some. Oh, that is awesome.
Ominous Psytrance plays in the background. Yeah, I've been there.
Stay away from toad people, says Ashley Mac. Don't get duped into the mystic psychedelic toad sniffing ritual. Not the way to go.
Psychedelic toad venom.
Stay away from the infected mushrooms.
I'm still chief political correspondent for the Junglist News Round. It's been my only place where I get my news, and so I have no idea what's going on in the world lately.
That's the new bath salt is toad venom.
Right?
Ugh.
Don't lick the toads. Right? Stay away from the toads.
Well,
Word up,
Billy, the Motown Mondays have been looking super dope.
Word up, man. Yeah, those are great. I'm so happy that they're back. That's been a successful thing in Sacramento for 7 years, minus the 1 year that obviously, doesn't count last year. And to see it come back like that is refreshing in a lot of ways, because we were all nervous on, first of all, when is it safe to do this again? And also, big up Jeff Butler. And we're also we're not sure like what is the right move going back into IRL events, and so we
How do you think we felt trying to get back into it? Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, right. And so we're happy with the timing of things, and we're happy that it's being well received, and we're happy that it's safe, and we're doing our best to try to put together the goodest show we can. It's popping too. Yeah.
The most okayest DJ just left. That was perfect timing.
Right.
Putting together the goodest show with the okayest DJ.
Yo, big up Jeff Butler. That's the homie. I'm excited for NDI 5, and I'm glad to hear that he's giving it the nod. That's good to know from somebody who is a pro that works with the not new mark of this genre of things. He's working on the pro shit, so
Funny you said that. Accurate.
No, I get it though, right? Because like,
Well, they're the new kid on the block too, so they're obviously going to be like not as, because especially in that industry and everything else, like they're with like a lot of things. It's like, you know, you got to pay your dues. It's all about paying your dues and like being the established thing for the longest time, and you know that kind of stuff. So it's not, you know, being the new kid on the block isn't always. You know,
all trades have that.
Yeah,
All
right.
trades have that. Yeah. It's actually pretty funny if you follow conversations between different trades, and you can see similarities in stubbornness between like newer generations and older generations.
Right.
Um,
the music industry and
right.
the streaming and the whole.
Like buddies of mine who are video editors say things like, "Oh, I started on analog decks and we used to have to cut tape and blah blah blah." It's like y'all sound like you're vinyl nerds, right? Like now anybody with a laptop can do it, and they have all this software that does all the hard work for you and blah blah blah. Back in my day,
Sounds like you guys dealt with that too with the vinyl nerds. Like I think back in 2012, 2013, when we were doing shows and stuff, all the vinyl purists were messaging us like, "Well, you guys are screwing up the whole thing. I play vinyl. Let me come play." And we're like, "I mean, that's not the vibe. What do you like? This is not how you approach promoters."
right? Right. There is no better. You know, we've already settled that argument. That's an old argument. That's a dead horse. There is absolutely nothing wrong with Newmark Flipside. In fact, it's almost an unfair analogy, Jeff Butler, and you know why? Because back in the '80s, Newmark was the business. The old school stiff ass fader Newmarks, the gold ones from fucking 1986 or whatever it was. Those Newmarks were like the pioneer 900s of their era. Like a lot of DJs had those big ass 19-inch gold Newmarks back in the day. Even Dr. Dre talks about it in Surgery, his old track Surgery. Something else is a Newmark. Newmark, yeah, Newmark.
I have an old Newmark mixer sitting around here somewhere. Like,
What happened with Newmark, and this is something that is not uncommon, is they quickly learned that there's more money to be made in the consumer/prosumer market than in the professional market. Because if you think about it, like most professionals aren't working with the latest and greatest in their rigs. A lot of their equipment is stuff that's a couple of years, 3 years, 5 years old, because this is the fucking money makers. They got to get what they paid for out of it, right? So they're not into like losing money every year because they need to buy the new one. If what they're using gets the job done, it's going to keep getting the job done until it doesn't anymore. Then they get another thing, right? And so it's not uncommon for like a company to see that and go after a consumer market and start pitching things, to a market that has a never-ending surplus of customers that are buying things for the first time. And so your turnover is no longer every 3 to 4 years. It's like every year you could do something and it'll be a gimmick for that year and everybody will jump on it, and you'll get all of the hobbyists and the consumers, and the fun term is prosumer, somewhere in between consumer and professional grade type of equipment. That whole market is very much more profitable than being the industry standard professional thing that lasts forever. Technics 1200s lasting forever is the worst thing that Technics ever did for their fucking turntables.
That's why they went out of business.
Yeah.
Why they went out of business for a while.
Right.
I've got 4 Technics 1200s sitting here that are probably from the 80s.
Dude, straight up. And I'm sure they work just as good. And so, aside from maybe a tone arm tune-up, and that's wires.
My first decks were those Newmark 1625s, the plastic body. And then honestly, I had one of those Newmark M6, the 4-channel mixers.
Cannabis, get in here.
for
Go ahead.
years, and I probably had to rebuild the crossfader 4 or 5 times until the crossfader was just done. But I brought that to literally every hip hop gig I played for a long time, scratching, doing all the things, beating the fuck out of that thing. It's sitting over here. It's a good paperweight now, but
Right.
that thing served me well for a $100 mixer. Like,
You know, those old electronics, sometimes they're built better. These days, even the professional grade stuff is designed to last about 3 years. That's usually. By the way, Cannabase Tier 1, 6 months. Thank you, man. Appreciate the love. The support for this channel is awesome. And like I was saying earlier, it has afforded us several updates over the past year. And the latest being...
Whip it out.
Yes, the memos. Yes. This is like my birthday and Christmas present combined. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for your support. We're going to put together some dope shows with this shit. I cannot wait to see what we can do. I know for sure Sunday the 19th at Discovery Park for our big meetup in September is going to be legit, and we'll have the cameras out for that. And we'll definitely have the cameras out on Sunday, August 8th, 808. In fact, this is a good time to shamelessly plug that. Why don't I do that real quick? Because I have not shown this flyer to anybody yet. And
Kidding on it.
August 8th is our official return to IRL. Now, we've had some stuff where we were like, we're doing the side stage. Yo, Junglista Chicago, what up? I'm going to be in Chicago in August 26th for Proper. Big up Proper Crew. Big up Junglista Chicago. I'm wearing the Proper Chicago shirt. August 8th, trying to say, is our first official IRL event back where everybody is invited to come that wants to come. So it's going to be Sunday, August 8th. Our headliner is the one, the only Tic Tac. Yes. Yes. Tic Tac, myself, Rude Boy Soldier from Twitch. You might know him as Rude Boy Soldier. That's DJ M. It's going to be there as well. And Zephyr Bacterium. You might know him on Twitch. He's going to be there as well. We have an enormous sound system at this. It's going to be a Macaulay rig with like 8 cabinets in a room that only needs 2. It's like stupid amount of sound in there. And Nick Twist, I'm sure you remember Macaulay stacks because you're a PA guy. Macaulay is like old PA shit, like wall of sound type shit, like big.
That's some like Sound Clash throwback shit.
Yeah, like talking like 8 foot tall cabinets, like that are just gonna knock the fucking walls off, and it does. And we got my homie, the one and only Tic Tac, gonna be throwing down, and that's Tic Tac in the picture right there. And in case you guys didn't see it in the background, that's Goldie hanging out with Tic Tac. Goldie is, you know, the homie with Tic Tac. So
Royalty.
yeah, but that's
That's how he rolls.
That's how Tic Tac rolls. Goldie kicks it with Tic Tac.
I think the last big show in Minneapolis right before the pandemic, like where we had an actual headliner, was Goldie. We kicked it and he sent me a hoodie, but yeah, it was Goldie.
Dude, what I love about Goldie, and people they have their opinions and whatever the fuck. Dude, every time I've seen Goldie live, I've had a hell of a good time. I've walked away like that shit was fucking fun. And he's usually like, by the end of his set, he's loving it so much that he's yelling to the crowd. He's fucking getting interactive. I've seen him more than once jump into the crowd and just start fucking going buck with us. Like, I've seen it. Like, it's great. And I think, and then there was this one time, holy shit. One time we were at this party called Together as One, an Insomniac event at the Staples Center and at the Memorial, or at the same time, Coliseum.
God damn it.
And we were in the Coliseum portion, and it was Dillinger, Lemon D, and Goldie was emceeing over them, right? And this is like New Year's Eve, and they were fucking hammered. And I'll never forget Goldie pulls out this big ass bottle of Jack Daniels, like a full handle of Jack Daniels, puts a bunch of glasses on top of one of the CDJs, and then just pours the fucking bottle all over the fucking glasses and the CDJs and everything. Like for new, and then they all fucking held glasses up, like, hey, they're all getting shit faced on the stage. It was fucking comedy. I had the best time of my life. Just watching them be just straight punk rock with that shit. Like, it was so good. But yeah. So any case, that is coming up August the 8th, 808. Boom. And so that's gonna be a good time. Our official event back, and then Fader.
It's about 17 days from now. That's when that show is. It's about 17 days from now.
What happens the following day?
This goes to 0.
That goes to 0, and Sweet Bromance goes down.
Yeah, and then you're coming out here, and I'm gonna picking your ass up on driving down to New Jersey, hanging out with Joshua Carl and Aiden and a bunch of other DJ homies at the expo for a few days, jumping on a Twitch panel talking about nerdy shit like this. And then we're gonna come back to my crib, kick it here in the studio for maybe a back-to-back stream, and then go gig out for the weekend with a couple more live streams, and then give you a little on your butt on the way home. There you go.
Big up to OQ Gandalf 5588930. Want to become famous? Buy followers, Prime viewers. Fuck yeah, send me that link.
Yes.
Let's go.
He tried.
That guy. Shout outs to that guy.
Shouts out to that guy, dude. Jesus. OQ Gandalf, have a nice life. That's not real.
Low-key
That
Gandalf.
sounds like every time I go to Chicago, I love it. I love the hospitality. I love the the idea of keeping up the hospitality and keeping your people happy when you bring them into town. It's important.
Yep. I'm excited to go to Chicago. That's going to be in late August 21.
You gotta link up with Flipside. He says you gotta have dinner.
Hit up Danny.
Bro, I'm so down. Flipside, let's do that. Count on that. I'm going to be in Chicago. Let me look at I'm loosely saying it. It's literally like a month from now. I'm going to be in Chicago August 23rd through the 28th or 27th. That whole week. So, or 23rd through 27th. So let's do that. I'm going to go check out one of your gigs and go meet up.
Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend. So we're just going to miss each other.
Oh, damn. I know that Distinct is going to be there. I know that Gin Symmetry and Nick Merchant are going to be rolling out.
Maybe I'll
And-
just go down there
Super
just to
dope.
be there.
Yeah, you gotta have fucking Minneapolis crews gonna be down there.
Dude, right? Yeah, exactly.
That-
It's gonna be fun. I've never been to Chicago before, but I'm a huge fan for many reasons, and so I'm excited to hang out and the gig is gonna be great and all, but I'm really excited to just have a trip to Chicago and hang out in Chicago. That's gonna be fun.
Drink Malort.
I'll drink some Malort and make the face.
It's a trap. It's a Chicago trap.
I don't want to do
Go to a
tourist
bar,
shit.
drink,
I want to do
Malort.
cool shit that tourists should be doing, if that makes sense. Like
It's
shit.
shit based on Malort, or
Is it get shit faced on Malort? Is probably on that list. Yeah.
Flip side, is it cool if I give Billy your number? Because then I don't usually give people's phone numbers out. If you think it's cool, I'll pass along your info. That way you guys.
give it out over
That'd
here.
be dope. Word
over
up.
here.
It's 847.
Yeah.
Tell
976.
Ben to hit up Danny the Wild Child and y'all go to the studio over.
Yeah, that's part of the plan. So we're gonna meet Danny. I haven't seen Danny in years. We've met out here in the Bay a few times, and then we're gonna hang out. I'm definitely gonna be jumping into Ben's pool because I've been seeing pictures of his pool over Instagram, and I got to do a cannonball into his pool. Yeah. Well,
The thing about Danny,
somebody's
every
texting
time I
me
go
during
down to
the show.
Danny's studio, he's always up for a scratch session. He's got CDJs and Technics facing each other in tandem, and he's always just up for throw down some tracks, scratch over, and just have a session quick. So
Good shit. Yo, Cannabase, you were on for 100 hours recently. What was going on then?
Oh, just recently or what?
Yeah.
That was Wicked Wednesdays. The
You-
Rage Train thing.
I went on. I was it was a situation, and maybe I'm tripping, but I saw you on, and I was watching you for a while, and then I went full boomer and passed out in my chair like you do, and then I woke up and you were still on. Like it was like after a complete boomer nap.
Oh, that happens. That happens.
That happens.
No, a little while ago I went 16 hours, 17 hours, something like that.
This is 16 hours. There you go. This is Cannabase. That's what I'm
Yeah, it
talking about.
was just for fun.
Yo, Ben Proper chiming in. What up, Ben? His ears must have been burning as well. We were just talking about it. What up, man? Yeah, I was gonna say I'm wearing the shirt. I'm saying I'm really excited to head to Chicago at the end of August. It's gonna be fun. Really excited to go. Super excited for the sweet romantic adventure to see and meet Fader for the first time finally at 18 hours.
18 days.
18 days, 16 hours,
16 hours.
51 minutes and 9 seconds. 8, 7. It's gonna go down. And so yeah, August. Shit, am I 20 again? Like August, I'm on the road. And then in September, it's looking like we're visiting the triples in Maui, and then we're going to be going back up to Seattle. And if I can talk Entity into it, I would like to make it a road trip so that we can stop in Portland on the way up to Seattle in the end of September. So we'll know about that.
And the
soon.
people are coming to September to see you. Hello.
Yeah.
And everyone else doing the big, the DJ Alliance, cookout barbecue thing.
Oh man. So these
All
Mevo
of the
cameras,
things.
I cannot wait to nerd out on these Mevo cameras. I'm gonna set them up immediately after the show. And just do nerd shit with my
Gonna
friends.
FaceTime me and be like, look.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna figure out what is the most awkward place and angles I can place these cameras.
Yeah, see, Cannabis is here. You got it, bro.
Yes.
So many ideas. So many ideas.
The taint cam.
Dude, I want to go to Canada. I really do. And
I
like,
do.
You should. You should.
well, what's the deal with international travel, y'all? Y'all ready for us yet, or what?
No.
Just tell them you're Canadian. Fuck it.
Just tell them I'm Canadian, right? Yeah, that'll work.
Just say sorry. I got lost over there for a while.
Sorry, you kind of got lost there. No big deal, eh?
I gotta get back up here and feed my moose.
Yeah, my penguins are getting hungry there, eh? Come on there, Ted. Come on, Ted. Let's do this, Ted.
Opening this
Down
month.
there, I got the
Okay.
maple syrup. But
Okay, let's go. Open this month.
We're just getting the poutine delivered there, guys. Come on now, eh? Sorry.
Paint your fence. You don't let me back in there.
I'll apologize profusely if you don't let me back up here.
Dude, you're not lying, Flipside. That's what we're talking about. Like, I'm gonna need a tunnel or a boat to get up to Canada. I would love if we were going north, and we were already all the way up to Seattle already. I would love to at least stop in Vancouver. Just keep going up for a few more.
It's my birthday in the middle of August, just saying.
Middle of August is tough. It's just gonna have to be late September.
Well, that could be my birthday too. Fuck it.
It's Paul Nice's birthday, from what I understand.
Yeah.
It's always-
Yeah, celebrate Paul Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll celebrate with Paul Nice.
Right.
I'll be Paul Nice Canadian.
The Canadian Paul Nice.
Yeah, I'll be Paul Sorry.
Canadians are supposedly
Paul, sorry.
So I think my laptop just crashed in one of them.
Oh no.
I had production software open and then it blue screened on me. So that's cool, and it's trying to restart. So
OS just hosed. Did you
Probably
run
pay
that?
for your software there, eh, bud?
Sorry.
I was just using
Sorry.
machines, man. I was just using machines.
Canada OS. Sorry.
Sorry, you got a blue screen there. It's a red screen in
It's not
Canada,
big,
though.
sir. It's big. Sorry.
Big sorry. Oh god, this show's officially derailed. All right.
Let's go. You like Cannabis in here? How's it not gonna?
All right, last thing on the list.
The man is just
Last thing on the list. Hold on. Let's see
all
here.
nicer. Big up, Mr. Chris. That's good. All nicer.
Paul Nicer. That's because he's Canada.
Yeah.
Right. Oh jeez.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, that's actually well played.
Very smart.
Let's see here.
What are you doing here?
Oh yeah, okay. There it is. Okay, let's bring this up. Check this out. Has anybody ordered one of these yet? Boop. These Elgato has a bunch of new products. They have this Wave XLR, which is like a microphone interface. They have a face cam, which is like a big sensor, nice lens web
1080-60.
camera, 1080 60 camera, right? And then they have the Stream Deck MK2,
Yeah, with
which is like a
faceplates.
different build and faceplates and things like that on it as
Weirdest
well.
boner right now.
I like the fact that Elgato's getting in like, I think it's smart of them. It's like if you you rewind, Elgato's product line for the last, 2 years, none of that exists. There's acoustic panels, there's a green screen mouse pad, there's lights, there's all of these things. Like they don't exist. They're capture cards, and it's a wrap. They're mobile
Right.
ones, they're computer ones, and that's it.
They had a green screen mouse pad.
They have a green screen mouse pad, yeah.
Why?
Okay, so check this out.
So if you're, if you have a camera that you're a computer gamer or whatever, and you're top down, and like the kids want to watch you fucking, how you're building and doing your W keying and all that shit. If you have a green screen mouse pad, you could put that onto your overlay. That.
But how hard is it to chroma your fucking mouse pad?
If it's green, it's easy.
Well, but if it's any color, it's really easy.
All right, back on track, you guys, real quick.
Sorry.
You're fine. Sorry.
Sorry.
This is the Elgato face.
Talking about a fucking Elgato product, Billy. I'm still.
I
on
get
it.
Maple flavored. It's maple
I get
flavored.
it. But we're not talking about chroma key mouse pads. We're talking about this crazy ass camera, the face cam. And Darth Liquid actually asked, "Is it a big or full frame sensor?" Yeah, it's a fucking full frame sensor, and it's 1080p 60. And here's the Elgato Prime lens. It's got a f2.4 stop with 24 millimeter, and it's probably about a 90-degree angle on it. And then it's got the Sony Starvis CMOS sensor. So it's got a really high quality sensor and a big heat sink on it as well. So this is not quite a mirrorless camera quality, but
It's not your
for a video camera, like, this is the truth. And I'm super excited about it. This is like what I thought, like I was saying earlier, how there's the consumer, professional, and then the prosumer. I thought when I first started getting into this a year ago, I thought for sure that something like this face cam already existed. I was like, there's got to be a USB-C high quality sensor, dope ass like webcam for people that want like a high quality image beyond like the C922 920 look, right? And everything was like, no, either you're spending $100 on this webcam or you're spending $1,200 on this fucking full-on DSLR or mirrorless rig. And it's like there was nothing in between. And so first of all, I was surprised. I thought that, y'all streamer culture, like, you guys let me down, because DJs have had this shit on lock for fucking years. Like, we know that there's that middle area that is like feeding ground, and Elgato, in my opinion, is going right after that market with this stuff.
Which is what I was saying, which is like 2 years ago, they were just a capture card company and that's it. Now they're going for like all this extra stuff,
They're completing like the full spectrum, right?
Right. They are becoming a one-stop shop for content creators.
Like here's they damn near, are going to start making mice and keyboards. They've
And to answer someone's question, Pixel Pusher's question is $200 retail.
$200 retail. Yeah, sorry. So like here's their microphone, their Stream Deck, their lights, and their camera. I mean, big up Elgato, dude. Like, seriously.
So that whole imprint right there is like all new, and it's all based towards the content creator, the people at home now doing their thing, or people trying to make a push to become streamers or this or that. They had a Stream Deck and the Cam Links.
Let's not mention the Cam Link Pro that they just came out with.
Yeah, that shit's fire.
Fire, bro.
Up to 4 HDMI inputs.
And they're recognized as 4 individual sources as well. So that's like beyond consumer, but not quite like super pro, right? So that's like where they're.
Yeah, it's not a production facility. It's not going to be using that, but like a top streamer. With,
but yeah, exactly.
high-end gamer.
Let's look at this interface real quick. Is this going to be even worth it for a DJ? I don't think so. Let me look at this real quick. Okay, so it's got a headphone. It's got a line. It's got a mic level input. And it's got bus power. So this isn't going to work for us.
What does it say? It says love your XLR.
So it's a USB interface for your mic, and it can provide bus power as well. It's basically a USB interface. M Audio and Roland and all those guys. Mostly, like,
Yeah,
I think of like
they're
M
already-
Audio.
It's all proprietary, but this is like not.
Right.
And it can go with like the wave and stuff too.
They have their own microphone.
They have their own microphone.
He said so, like 4.2 million Canadian. And then the Stream Deck, the Stream Deck Mark II. I like the Stream Deck. I really want.
I love mine.
You love yours? Yeah, I really want to do that. I just haven't really justified it because once I started using DeLorean board, I stopped venturing in that area because
Well,
it kind of solved the purpose.
Right. My workflow is a little bit different because I have different theme things throughout the week, and I have different scenes and whatnot through each multiple, 4 or 5, plus scenes for each thing for each day. So like, it makes sense to me to have like, a folder system to where I can, cycle through the things I want to do, or what have you. And that for me was like, it's to like get to where my scenes are, move by the day, where I'm going, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm down.
Cycling through a giant list of fucking OBS scenes because I have fucking hundreds of them.
Right. The way that I've done it to this point in OBS is I'm creating different scene collections for different events, but then the actual scenes themselves, I've started doing a lot of nesting stuff, and then my actual scenes for switching has become less and less more recently, but I totally understand that workflow. I like a lot of automation to be done with a tactile button or a switch.
Yeah.
And so that is, to me, I've always been like, yeah, I could just use my mouse and do this and this, but every time I've gotten some type of tactile controller, I've always been like, yeah, this is better.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
Like-
in like the
We could DJ on Serato in internal mode with our mouse all day, right?
Yeah, right,
Like,
right.
fucking, anyway, you were saying, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, I'd like even to like the mosh pit, you know what I mean? And like instead of typing exclamation point dance or whatever, like I have it literally set to a button. I can just be like, that's it. So like it's as easy as that, or as complicated as starting my stream or opening up a browser window in a separate thing or whatever, which would take me right. So it's like this, if I could just go look like that, look away for a second, hit a button. That's it. Like I'm still engaged with the stream and I'm doing my thing, or it's like this. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go here, open up Chrome, browser window, do this, typing, all of those things.
What I'm
It's
currently
like,
doing, right?
You know what I mean? It's like you're removed, you're disconnected for that period of time or whatever. So like that, kind of stuff that kind of can keep you engaged, but you can still, do what you need to do. And to me, it made sense. It was a cool toy, and it made sense.
There was something else on their site. Let me take a look at it real quick. That had to do with mixing audio as well.
On Elgato site,
Yeah. Where's that? Audio.
they got a wave mic arm and a wave mic arm OP.
Oh, that's it. Never mind. Okay, the wave panels were their noise suppression. Got it. Okay. And then the new mic arms are
Yeah,
pretty
the
cool.
mic arm wasn't even.
Yeah.
So it's not like fucking wavy and giant up here. It's nice.
You mean like
Flush.
the one right now that I have in my face?
Yeah, or like or like 9 times out of 10 for most at least what we're doing. I don't see that really like working for what we would use it for. But as a streamer, to be at the desk, where sometimes you see shit coming off way to the left and it kind of fucking drops into their face or whatever. It's just like it's a like a low profile kind of scenario that can be under a monitor and just pop up kind of like
what if not
where they need it or whatever.
Yeah, totally. The for me personally, I haven't like sprung on a mic arm. I'm still using like my mic stands that I used in like production stuff.
Yeah.
Like these are all stage stuff, right? This is all stage gear. I don't have a bendy arm.
I bought like a cheap one off of Amazon. So mine's not blue or fucking all the little crazy super awesome fucking crazy expensive ones. I bought a cheap one off of Amazon.
Well, I'll tell you that camera. I like that camera from somebody who just got a bunch of cameras. I like that camera a lot. I think that it could be a good camera for this environment here, and I think that it could even be a good camera for that head-on DJ shot. But with that narrow field of view, you're looking at having the camera about at least a couple of feet back, 3 feet back, and then you're cropping the excess on the outsides or whatever you got to do to keep it a tight shot, to get it all in. Or usually it's a headroom. You got to bring the headroom down or something a little bit. But same thing with the Mevos. I'm fully aware that like the Mevos aren't going to have a super wide field of view. I believe they're just under 90 as well. But I think that having multiple angles is going to be kind of make up for it, right? Like, so even if it's just two, having one shot over here, one shot over here, kind of like fills in that like what's going on over there. I can't really see because it's out of frame kind of situation. And also,
I got to log off. I'm sorry. My computer just told me that it deleted a bunch of my native instruments.
Oh no! Handle it, Nick. Get back to it.
Yeah.
Oh no, bye Nick.
Yeah, easy.
Recovery mode, emergency.
One love.
Yeah, the Wave XLR. Let's pull that up. Let's see. The Wave XLR. So, the Wave XLR, from what I can tell, is only something that's really designed for a mic level input. It doesn't have stereo inputs. Am I wrong? A line level input for mixing. Let me take a look. I'm looking at pictures right now, literally. Yeah, see.
Proprietary anti-distortion software, swappable design components, and integration with custom mixing software.
So it'll integrate with your computer's desktop audio. So you can like play a Spotify something from your desktop, and you can mix it with your microphone. It uses that connection over USB, but there's no line level input.
What's the XLR? It's the XLR input, so like guys that are using like the.
But that's a mic. That's a mic in. Right. That's a mic input. I'm talking about like where are you going to plug your DJ mixer into that as an audio interface? You're not.
That's not what that's for.
Yeah, it's not what it's for.
Right.
So Machine of Death, if you were considering using the Wave XLR for DJ purposes, I would advise against it. I would look for an audio interface that has stereo XLR inputs.
There's a million.
The Focusrite Duo is the popular choice, but don't get something that just has a one XLR input. You want something like that has two XLR inputs, a stereo in. Or it doesn't have to be XLR, honestly, at this this level of audio. You can run it, if you have something that takes a mini jack or a 1/4 inch, that'll do the trick too. Just be careful with some built-in sound cards, like if you're connecting to like the built-in sound card of your PC, sometimes those can get noisy. You can hear the fan running and things like that. And also, Usually the sound cards on the built-in PCs have a low noise threshold, so they'll distort a lot easier than a dedicated audio interface. But either way, it all works. And usually it's hard to tell the difference for the most part. You wouldn't tell. I'm looking at a Scarlett 2i2. That's the one I would probably get. Is this 2i2 or something that has stereo XLR inputs would be what you're looking for. That would be the best. And then from that point down, you're looking at like 1/4-inch inputs or a mini jack in or something like that. This roll and go worked great if it could run off of a bus or its own power. You were saying? Sorry.
No, I'm just saying it's the Wave XLR is just like a controller with extra shit.
You're a streamer, not a DJ. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so that's gonna be great for you, especially if you have the Elgato Wave mic. That'll be money. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like the Shure M57, whatever that fucking
Yeah,
thing is.
that works too.
Any like XLR, like popular like condenser, or I mean like a directional mic or whatever, like that kind of shit. But like, you can add that. You can preamp the fuck out of it, so it's like super high, or then you can, with the Elgato's like software or whatever, you can add a bunch of EQs and you can mix their shit so your stuff sounds good. Like if you're doing it out of OBS or whatever, like you can do it right within the Elgato software itself. So like your chat thing looks like this. Your game volume is here. Your microphone and stuff is here. That's all in Elgato's fucking software.
Tech Nerd Mostly perfect. Thanks for being here. This is the right show for that. Tell a friend. What I actually like too about the Elgato Wave, if you were to add it to like your existing configuration, is I actually really do enjoy the benefit of having a dedicated audio interface just for this microphone. It's its own USB interface, and then I have a second Mackie mixer, a Pro FX mixer, that is a USB interface for all of my ins and outs from the DJ gear and everything else, right? Even my television, honestly. It's all running through this mixer. But the microphone, this condenser microphone specifically, has its own interface. And I like that because then I can select it individually in OBS, and I can do things with sidechain ducking and stuff like that when it's its own isolated source. So if you are thinking about adding this to adding an Elgato Wave to an existing configuration, that's definitely a benefit. It shows up as its own individual source in OBS and whatever software you're using. So that'd be good.
Your desktop audio.
It's not mixed in with anything else. Yep.
Separate.
Its own thing. Yeah. Not using any mixing software other than OBS, and that's the downside for me currently. Okay, so you have a Yeti, so yeah, you're probably running it into an audio mixer, and so that audio mixer has a bunch of other things, and you can only select your audio mixer as the source in OBS, and so you're dealing with what I'm talking about. You would love to be able to select a microphone as its own source. This would definitely be a solution for that. Absolutely.
Yeah, you use a couple steps of troubleshooting.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's a no-brainer when it comes to that shit. I
Smarter,
love it.
not harder is
Yep.
like the best fucking way to go with this shit.
Totally.
Which is why I got a Stream Deck.
Yeah, I need to get a Stream Deck. I know. My OBS, my PC, my streaming PC is actually a pretty decent distance from the turntables, and so where I would put the Stream Deck is kind of pushing that 15-foot USB limit. Pretty close. So
Yeah, I put an extender. On mine.
how far are you going out?
It's like 8 feet.
Yeah. See, so 15 feet is usually the max, right?
Yeah.
And so it'll be pretty close. There comes Gypsy Kid. Awesome. All right. Gypsy Kid, what up? Yo, Nox subbing in. I didn't even see it, bro. I'm not ignoring you. Big buddy Nox subbing in tier 1. 10 minutes ago he did this. For 10 months he's been subbed to tier 1. Yo, Nox, I appreciate you, man. I did not even see it until just now. I wasn't looking at the notifications. Dude, Knock is the homie. He's a very talented performer, incredible DJ, and just good people. And big up to you on your residency. I see that you just got a weekend residency at London, downtown. Super dope, man. That's awesome. Just hooking up. Oh, man, we're just talking shop. You know how it is. I'm surprised you're not in here wrapping it up with us. This is right up your alley.
They just picked up a Amiibo start. And I love
You just got Amiibo start?
it. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Gypsy Kid, what's up, man?
What's up? How you doing?
Yo, I'm excited. We just, the channel just got an upgrade. We got this Mevo 3-pack going.
Nice.
And I'm going to use it as a multicam solution for IRL events. And so, yeah, I'm excited for that. How was your week, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, week has been good. The streams have been fun.
We haven't had a Saturday Inside the Ride Zoom in a couple of weeks now, right?
Yeah, I missed that, but you know, it was great going to SAC and meeting everybody. That was awesome.
That was a good time, right?
Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
Dude, my pleasure, of course. We're actually going to be doing an Inside the Ride next Saturday, the 31st. We're back on stream. We're doing a record release party for Salix. And so, you know, we're back in business. If you're not doing anything on Saturday, obviously, please come help.
Yeah, I'll be there.
That's next Saturday. This Saturday is going to be over at F8, and that should be quite interesting. I know for a fact that I'm going to be seeing a bunch of San Francisco and Bay Area homies that not only I haven't seen since COVID, but some of them I haven't seen like since before that, right? Because, you know, we all got locked down, we all got separated, we haven't seen each other for like 16, 17 months. But then on the reality of things, you know, some of us are 40-year-old men who are fucking doing our damn thing in our own little area. And so time goes by and you like realize that you haven't seen some of these cats in a few years. And it's like that for a few of these guys. So I'm excited to catch up with some of the homies out in the Bay Area. It's gonna be good. Yeah, well, you know, you're getting closer
Close
every day.
enough.
You're getting closer every day. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's all downhill from here.
It's true. I'm close enough.
Your beard tells a different story.
Yeah, that's stress.
Your
Have a
beard
child.
tells. You should see the locks, dude. My man bun is ridiculous these days. It's gotta go. I got.
Vader gave himself a shave the other day. Vader gave himself a fade.
You faded your fade.
Yeah, on the sides and around the back, but I still got the long on the top.
Oh, sick. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I gotta go to this. So for those who don't know the story, I stopped cutting my hair when barbershops closed down, and then when barbershops reopened, I just didn't cut my hair. And so now it's been like 17 months, and the hair is like, it's not even anything to show off. I look homeless. Like, it's bad. It's just really just.
Dude, I had to DJ a fucking wedding, and I couldn't wear a hat, like, because that's like a fucking thing. So
Right.
I was just like fucking pissed. I had like fucking weird ass man bun going on. I'm like, look.
So yeah,
Man croissant.
right. So, there's a barber in town. He cuts the hair for the San Francisco Giants, believe it or not. And so he's like this guy in town, super dope guy. His name's Anthony, and he's got like 1 million followers on Instagram. And he's one of those guys, I'm sure you've seen him on your Instagrams too, where he does like the transformation haircuts, where like the person comes in with seriously bad COVID hair and he turns it into something fancy. So,
Something you can wear in public.
probably debatable. And so I'm gonna be that subject, and we're gonna make a video for that. And I was thinking mullet at first, but now the shower koozie, nice. But I'm thinking rat tail. I think I'm gonna go rat tail on this
Definitely
one.
rat tail.
bro, just keep it 100 and just go to barge with it. Just
Nothing says style like a good rat tail, man.
Oh, yeah.
Alabama waterfall. You gotta look it up. Alabama
old-
waterfall.
The
I
old
could
Texas
go
neck
full
sweater.
Alabama waterfall with this one. It's pretty
The,
crazy at this point.
show
the
it,
levels,
show
the
it.
layers.
Oh shit!
Whip it out.
Check this out. So I didn't know why this koozie was called a shower koozie. It actually has a fucking stick thing on the back where you can stick it in the shower. Yeah.
Shower beaters. There you go.
Yeah, like next level.
Yeah, Machine Gun Death programming hotkeys is one way of doing it. There's also a plugin that allows you to use a MIDI device. You can use like MIDI controllers to change your scenes.
Yeah, but like an app, like an app, like a tablet or like an iPad or something.
Yep.
There's different shit out there.
Yep.
I've been using my Akai, my Mini Key 25 forever, and it works great.
Yep. Yeah, those are all work awesome. The benefits of the Elgato isn't necessarily the hardware as much as it is the software. Yeah, the software is really good, and
it's used with other stuff too.
Right,
So, it's
so
not
you
just
can
like OBS. I can do all kinds of shit with it.
right. I'm thinking about it as far as like workflow with when I'm with music production because I'm a Logic user, and there's some tasks that I could definitely automate for sure.
Yeah.
Big up Zevo. Zevo says, okay, he's talking about how it works good. Yep, good. Yeah, they're using a 10 key. Using a 10 key for scene switching works great. Definitely works great. Word up, that's the new Elgato products. I'm mostly interested in the webcam. The rest of them look pretty cool. The Wave XLR looks cool for certain tasks.
Cheaper than I thought it was going to be.
Their price points are actually really good. I think that they're listening to their audience and they understand like what is considered
A $200 price point for that camera is like nice.
Yes, that's sitting in a good spot, in my opinion too.
It's solid. I thought it was gonna be more than that. I thought it was gonna be probably like
300-400, right? And I would have been like, you got a battery in that thing? What else does it do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about all that stuff. And then the event on Saturday, I think I'm gonna give at least one Mevo a test that night. Maybe just like an over-the-shoulder shot or something. I'm playing for 90 minutes, and it's an all vinyl set, and it's in San Francisco. So for those that don't know, San Francisco is not exactly flat, and vinyl is not exactly light. So 90-minute set worth of vinyl on the San Francisco hills, I'm already complaining. Like, what? I'm too old for this shit. So I'm gonna need like somebody to help me carry my records. I'm gonna need a road
Sherpa.
dog.
I mean, if we carpool, I can also DD. So
Vinyl Sherpa.
I'm in.
all right.
we gotta get the cart, bro. Put the cart in the car.
Put it on the rock and roller. Just put it on the rock and roller and push it up the hill. I'm thinking about putting it on a Lime scooter. I don't know about y'all, dude. I'm just gonna fucking.
Scoots are evil. Scoots are evil.
Get a lemon one. It's a little bigger.
A little bigger. Right. Oh shit. All right, I'm calling it. Who are we raiding today, guys? Let's see who we're raiding.
Audio One's on right now, and he's playing his own set.
Let's absolutely do that.
All right.
Let's absolutely hook up Audio One. Where's he at?
What's in him? You know, he's got a shirt that says "I already played Bad Bunny." Oh my god, I need that shirt.
That's awesome.
I want that shirt like, now in my face.
Yay!
I already played.
For those that don't know, Audio One is a true born junglist who is also an open format DJ, like myself. And he went through a serious situation. Not only did he go through the same situation that us DJs went through, where our entire livelihoods went to a screeching halt, but right around the end of last year, my man suffered a stroke live on stream and went down. Stream went down. He's been recovering. He actually has not been able to stream all of this time because he's recovering, and he's still recovering. Strokes are very serious.
This is his fourth stream that he's done, but he's trying to do one a week. He's trying to come back slowly. So this is the fourth one that he's come back for his own channel. Otherwise, he has other guest DJs still coming in.
I tried to put a command for this channel's chat in his chat.
Izzy says that it's flat in that area. That's good to know. We could definitely use the scooters then. What up, Audio One? Okay, we're gonna raid into Audio One.
Write him a love letter or no?
Nah, we're just gonna send him over. We'll send him over. He knows what's up. That's the homie.
Yay!
For those that don't know, Audio One and I go way, 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 way back. Yeah, he still hit the raid when he had the stroke. You're right, Flipside. We go back like 20 plus years. Him and I have been playing jungle shows together forever since the 20th century. And then as our careers developed, we played the same brush metal bottle service VIP type clubs throughout the years. Both of us have been on the same radio stations together, and we still play underground shows together. We still do drum and bass shows together, even all the way leading up to the shutdown. And for those that I was saying earlier that maybe have seen this show on YouTube at first and then found their way over to the 916 Junglist channel, it was Audio One and I and my homie Evan Friel who were the first 3 people on DJs Not DJing. And it was literally us just sitting here talking about trying to figure out what to do with our lives as shit is shutting down. Audio One is the close homie. So I'm really excited to see him back on the decks. I want everyone to go in there, show him some love, throw some 916s up, throw some hearts up, let him know you care, let him know you're down, throw some bits, throw some subs, do all that good stuff because he deserves it. We're raiding into Audio One. I'll be back on Friday for Taco Rewind, and then Saturday we're hopefully going to be live from San Francisco. That all starts around 9 p.m. both times, so slide through Friday and Saturday. This is the 916 Junglist channel. Appreciate you guys. We're live every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Lock in when you can. Check out our YouTube channel if you want to catch a VOD. The VODs are always on YouTube. We're raiding into Audio One. Big up Zebo. Big up Darth Vader. Big up Nikki Painter. Big up Gypsy Kid. Big up Cannabase. Big up Zebo. Big up Flipside. Shouts out the Stream Elements bot. Big up Machine of Death. Appreciate y'all being here. Big Buddy Knock. Appreciate you, man. We're raiding out. Big love to everyone. Darth Liquid, what up? Big up to all the subs, all the bits, all the love. Y'all are awesome. All the follows. Gang. Welcome. Lazy Mark 101. Just saw that. Welcome, sir. We're out. Peace, y'all.